Yes.
Intro recorded. What's up, guys?
What's going on? I'm ready.
Hey, that was pure poetry,
I'm
man.
ready.
Yes. I always try to do my best and get creative with our intros.
So from 110 or so, we're down to 64.
Yeah.
The real ones.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll provide a little bit of insight to our listeners with regards to how we got here.
Yes.
Right? Which is a spirited debate and fun. For
3 hours of a spirited debate.
Fun for all ages. It's like fucking Candyland.
We got a special guest here too, as well. Two-eyed Kevin.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with one-eyed Kevin from that shitty ass movie.
Yeah. See? Kevin allowed us to get fucking Skinamarink back in here.
Well,
right?
we almost went last time without mentioning it, but of course.
Yeah. You
Fuck
had to throw
that
it in
movie.
there. Yeah. Kevin, welcome, man.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Appreciate
Glad
you.
to tell you how Skinamarink is the masterpiece.
Yeah. Well,
right.
thankfully it
Did
didn't
you
make
like
the bracket.
Skinamarink?
I like the idea of it, but
Okay.
overall it was...
Yeah, and then there
the
was a
execution
movie
was
that
a
had to
little-
follow.
Yeah, but you understood what they were going for. It was an experimental horror movie, right? It was
experimental, and I think the right people liked it. The wrong people didn't like it.
yeah.
What?
I think
Dave,
I don't go to the movies for
David, you and I,
experiments.
baby.
Joe T
Fuck
and
the
myself.
bracket.
Yeah.
It's all been vindicated.
Wait.
Who goes to the movies
we
for
are
an
gonna-
experiment? Come
Thank
on.
you. Thank you,
Listen.
Joe. Thank you. That was my
Yeah.
No
That was-
sympathy
That
for
was
his
Dan.
$100.
That was Dan. We all said, wait till Shudder. It's gonna drop on Shudder, but you brought Maxine and everybody to the fucking theater to see it. I thought we're not gonna get Skinamarink.
No more time.
Show up
no,
on this
no, of
podcast?
course not. No.
Why?
Because it sucks.
Not even.
It is
the
time-
Stab
wait,
in the
wait,
fucking eye.
No.
It is time for March Madness.
Yes.
Okay?
Danny
This
C.
is why we
Go.
are here.
That's
Let's
right,
go.
Danny
This
C.
is our top 64 kills bracket.
fucking preach, baby.
It took a lot of work,
It did. And
but I'm ready.
It was fun.
yeah,
3.5 hours
yeah.
And
do
more on the
half of-
side.
to do half of it.
So Joe, take us back. We originally came up with this concept. How did it start? Where do we get, from this point?
Yeah, so, last year we decided to do a Women in Horror bracket for National Women's History Month. And
I'm sorry, Linda Blair. So sorry.
we initially just put together a list, any names we threw out, and we kind of narrowed it down to 64. And it was a fun time. It was our first time doing it, to where we had the idea, let's make this a yearly thing. And then, in the fall, we had kills as an idea. And we didn't want to get ready too early, so, early this year, we started talking about it, and then we made separate lists. And any crossover automatically advanced to the bracket. And then we had a long debate to
Yeah.
get to the final 64.
Yeah.
And
A lot of good ones left off too. There was,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
A lot of honorable
yes,
mentions.
many throughout the time.
I love that you called the tab madness.
Yes,
Fucking
I'm
great.
ready. I'm ready to
Yeah.
eliminate some of this.
Yeah, let's. I mean, do we want to just how do we want to do it?
We're gonna jump right in.
Yeah.
And
Actually, first I got to ask Kevin, what important ones did we miss?
Oh yeah, Kevin's got some knowledge to drop here.
My honorable mentions, Jaws, that opening scene is pretty iconic.
Kevin, I was right there. I had it on my list. We voted.
it was on the
off.
bottom 64.
Fucking Danny
Yeah.
C's fault. No, I'm just
That's probably the biggest one. I think that's missing.
iconic.
But as I told Dan earlier this week, you can't have every kill on there, and you got to, if you guys do this again, you can't do all your big players now and then
Yeah.
have nothing by the time you get to your third one.
We did include Quint though
Yes.
to this bracket, so Quint is there. But I agree with you. I mean, there's no. It's right up there.
I have my opinions about that choice.
Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. I can't wait to hear
I'll wait
that.
till we
man.
get to it.
And we'll hear it quick because it's right out of the gate.
And one other thing, just so when we initially had our list, we just so happened to have 32 crossover. So it basically gave us 32.
That we all.
So none of those that we had crossed over on our lists are against each other in the first round.
Yeah.
All their matchups are ones that we eventually debated on. So should be fun.
Yeah. Good call out though, Kevin.
Yes.
Definitely. Good
Don't
call.
worry when it comes to that one. We'll let them talk about that one, but it ain't making it out of the first round anyway. So
Whoa. Joe dropping down already.
But these some of these kills are ones that mean a lot to us as for our fans, and some people might agree, some people might not agree, right? But you can't get every one, right?
Yeah, and I mean, we discussed rules, and we didn't really have any other than the person had to be definitively dead.
yeah,
So you couldn't say that Jason getting killed in part 3
yeah.
because he wasn't dead. Now, I would almost allow for final chapter because
He was
Technically,
technically
he
buried.
was dead until Tommy had to be a fucking,
Dumbass.
me.
And Horseshack was there on the kill list.
Yeah.
Right?
That was the only
Horseshack has a heart. Danny.
that was the only redeeming thing
He
of Tommy
defined that
fucking
well.
up like that
Yeah.
was we got Horseshack on screen
Horseshack.
again.
I watched Part 6 on the plane on my flight back.
Were there any snakes on there?
No, there was no snakes on the plane.
Good.
There was
Okay.
no snakes on the
Just
plane.
making sure.
No. Samuel L. Jackson was on the plane, but no snakes.
Nick Fury?
All right, well,
All right, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to call out the matchup?
yeah, let's call out the first
Absolutely.
matchup.
Put a
and
little. Too bad we didn't have like a little bell. We had a little like boxing bell.
ding, ding.
Yeah, Rocky 3. End of Rocky 3.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Carl Weathers.
rest in peace, Carl.
Rest in
That
peace,
was
Carl
a-
Weathers.
that
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Dylan!
Joe.
Yes.
Before we start this bracket,
Yes.
you wanted to say something. Your moment. Moment of silence.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
yeah. Let's take a moment of silence for all these fallen victims, please.
Okay.
All right, fuck you.
Amen.
I'm ready.
Dominus Ominous.
Yes. So let's start it off because I really want to get to this one and get this one over with.
Yeah.
So the very first matchup was, I would consider our number 1 seed essentially because it was on all 4 of our list, I believe.
Pause right
All right, so the very first one is the liquid nitrogen kill from Jason X against the shower scene from Psycho.
Ooh.
I'm ready. If anyone wants to discuss anything.
This one's an easy one for me.
It was or it wasn't?
It was.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, fucking iconic. Psycho. I mean, that scene is. I mean, people study that scene. that's taught in in schools. That scene. That for me, it's Psycho.
Timeout. So first off, you didn't even have that on. It was on none of our lists. So it got an honorable mention and actually brought into the bracket when it was on none of our lists.
That's
And
true. That's true.
Liquid nitrogen was
That's
on
true.
all 4 of our lists.
That's true.
So
But we forgot.
no, we didn't forget. To me, it's in black and white. Nothing really happens.
Oh.
And a
it
little bit of
sucks.
beige.
Whereas this, he picks up the girl, and you assume he's either going to break her neck or do something, and then he dips her head in the liquid nitrogen. You see it instantly freeze, and then he just smashes it.
You do.
And that's it. It's quick.
You do.
It's vicious.
It is.
And to me, this isn't even close.
It is.
But you voted.
But-
I mean,
But again, right? We do talk about ones that are meaningful to us as well, right? And Psycho was one of the first horror movies that I saw when I was a kid, and that scene was just iconic. It was just something that
So
Yeah,
you're going with
I'm
Psycho.
gonna go with Psycho. Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
going
what
with
I was
Psycho.
saying before. We didn't really give any solid rules. Like we're all gonna
no,
have
there's
we're all gonna have
definitely
our
not
own reasons.
rules.
Yeah.
But it's called best kill.
Yeah. Let me say,
What?
Dave equals troll.
I mean,
Yeah.
we got 1-0, 1-0. What
right.
do you want?
Would you
I'll
care to
say?
share that with the rest of the class?
You will be trolling throughout this tournament.
Of course.
I'm just saying. I'm going to go with
Dan's drawing again. Yay.
Liquid Nitrogen, Jason X. Yes,
That's-
I love
that's-
Psycho. I love it, but when it comes to all-time kills, that was like, wow, that was great. I'm going with Jason X and then Liquid Nitrogen.
The
scene.
music and
I mean, I don't even
all
think
of
I
it.
have to vote. It's kind of obvious.
All right.
Gavin?
All right. Dave, are you psycho?
Not,
Not in the literal sense.
Namesake.
Maybe.
What did I just say on here?
No, I, honestly, my instinct is to go with Jason.
Okay.
It was a tough one when I first saw them paired up because Psycho is, just the movie in general, like so many people took from that. It inspired so much. But as far as like flat out enjoyment, like, all right, maybe if I was around in 60, I would have had more of an effect from Psycho. But it was like, it was so mainstream by the time I saw it, it didn't really have an effect on me. When I went to see Jason X in the theater, no, I didn't pay $100 to take an army with me, but I remember as soon as that happened, like I was like, holy shit. Yeah. So
great kill.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both amazing, but I got to go with Jason.
Yeah. Joe came at me hot though, man.
I mean,
I honestly didn't know which way you were going, and Joe just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, we all didn't put Psycho on there, but if you recall when we brought it up, I was like, fuck. How did we even forget that?
Yeah.
I didn't forget. I just think it sucks.
Nah, I
Because no, hold on. I'll get
Kevin,
to it because
where are you at with it? I just want to. I mean, it sounds like it's liquid nitrogen is the winner, regardless of what. Even Kevin can't break a tie. It's 3 against 1. But I want to hear.
I would have won Psycho, 100%.
Yeah.
Because other than maybe one other kill that I'm not going to bring up because it's later in the bracket, the most iconic death scene in all movies in general, not just horror.
Yeah, I agree.
And people have even tried to replicate it and can't get it to that level. Like they did, little girl in the basement killing her mom in The Living Dead, or when the gang kills the girl in the woods in Last House on the Left. Those are great scenes that mimic that, but they still can't match that original Psycho scene. And I've seen a head bash before. I've actually seen liquid nitrogen kill before 10 years in Terminator 2. It's like, it is great. I'm not saying it isn't, and Kane Hodder sells that, but if we're going, and I understand the basing the kill or the scene, but they blend together. I think it's hard to remove it because, yeah, I get it. I understand what's, it's just someone being stabbed in the shower, but I mean, think of every other shower scene in a horror movie. It's the same.
And to your point, Kevin, by the way, I love that you're here. and to your point, it's like Jaws with Chrissy, right? Nothing is going on. You're watching a girl get pulled in a couple of it's what's happening underneath the water.
Yeah.
It's the visceral, powerful effect of what's going on. That's what Psycho is. That's why.
Yes, but the thing is, we never make a basis. We always say we vote on opinion, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, this bracket is 100% subjective.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
The bracket is called Best Kills. It is not called Most Iconic. That's the difference. Because if you really want to get technical, we can bring it up and waste 40 minutes just on the first matchup. But there is another one later that is almost as iconic as that one.
Sure.
And I guarantee with the matchup it has, you guys are going to vote against that one and basically contradict yourself.
But no, it's not contradiction. Some maybe it's iconic, but it's also meaningful to that individual, where they were when they first saw it. We did mention we're bringing that into this,
yes.
Right?
No, 100%.
Yeah. So Psycho was one of the first movies that I saw when I was a kid, and it was just had a lasting impression on me. And every other movie, whether you look at Leatherface, it's all born out of Psycho. All of it. That kicked off the slasher. Listen, liquid nitrogen won. We're good. We're good.
No,
it's too early to argue.
It moves on.
All right.
That was fun though. Listen, that's what this is, right? It's us having fun. There's no animosity here. There's no hard. It's just this is what.
Well,
this
no,
is
I asked because even when we were literally struggling to get the final 5 into this bracket, and even then it took a while to even bring that one up. I never forgot it. When you even Google, and I know Google, the different websites, it's always subjective on the best kills. Psycho is not there. It's not. if you look up most iconic, yeah,
Yes.
it probably is.
Yeah.
That's a different.
Yeah,
That
but
kill
sort
that
of
we beat it.
How reliable is Google anymore?
No,
though?
I'm not. No, but you could go to Bloody Disgusting. You can go
Yeah.
to any of them.
Yeah.
Liquid Nitrogen
Listen,
is on every list.
I understand exactly what, from a, oh my God, that's fucking cool, great kill. Oh, it's the liquid nitrogen, of course, absolutely. I'm just pulling from it's more what I felt about
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
That's it. So
And don't get me wrong, that wasn't, like I said, my initial instinct, but then I took it back for a minute or two, and it was difficult because they're, in my mind, they're both great for very different reasons.
Yeah.
And remember, I voted against Cousin Norm, so like it wasn't an easy one. I just went back to my gut instinct that in this case I was voting for the eye candy.
Yeah. Listeners, how about that one for the first
Yeah,
one? How fun is this night going to be?
Only 31 more
Joe knows
pairs
I love 'em.
to this
No,
round.
no. We're gonna debate. Trust me. You'll be surprised at some of mine too. So let's get to the second one.
Yes.
I feel I was wrong on the first one. I thought that was gonna be easy. We got the mask kills the boy in Halloween 3, and the sleeping bag kill in Friday Part 7.
All right.
I feel like you should definitely start.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to choose the one that I brought to the table, and that's that Season of the Witch, Halloween 3, Mask Kills Boy. I think it's a great fucking scene. I love the whole concept of the whole movie that, looking to kill all the children on Halloween night as they watch that television commercial, and just the snakes and everything that was coming out and his head just melting. Love it. Love it. And again, for me, looking at the sleeping bag, yeah, there's a lot of Jason in here. There's a lot, but there's probably some better ones that should move on. But sleeping bag is just, picking up a sleeping bag and banging it against a tree. The way I look
Kind
at
of like
it.
a knife stabbing someone in the shower.
Yeah, kind of, but iconic verse.
No,
What
I
the
know.
fuck is this?
I had to. We just talked about it. I had to.
Touche, Joe. I am Mask Kills Boy, Halloween 3.
All right. I'm a sucker for Jason. I love the sleeping bag kill. I'm going to go with that as my vote. I love it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and it was quick and easy and to the point. And
Wasn't supposed to be.
no, it
But
was
it
supposed to be a
was.
couple more bangs against the tree. But
Now that might have elevated it, right? Maybe get some. Was there even any blood that
Yeah,
was
if it-
shown?
Nah.
There was nothing. It was just
Like,
a bag
if
that
we went
banged
with-
against a tree.
If they went with Beekler's original edit, that would have definitely gone up like
Yeah, and
30
he's a
or-
makknow artist too that directed that movie. So you
Yeah,
know
and it was
he
the most
probably
butchered
pushing-
one.
Yeah, that's a shame.
go ahead, Joe T.
Yeah, I mean, I was back and forth a little bit on this one. I like the sleeping bag, honestly, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
As much as the sleeping bag was my favorite Jason kill for the longest time, I guess as I'm maturing,
You mature son of a bitch.
I'm going to go with Season of the Witch because not only is it a fucked up, horrific death,
It's a child.
and it's a kid, and the
kid.
parents are witnessing. They're
Exactly.
watching it
Right
right
in
there,
front of them.
Exactly.
and they couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Exactly. Kevin, you're breaking this time, baby. Welcome to the team, my friend.
Season of the Witch.
All right.
At that point, that's when it becomes a horror movie to me. Leading up to it, you don't know what the company's doing. It's a little bit goofy.
Just a lot of
And
Tom
honestly,
Atkins being
when I
sexy.
first watched it, I thought it was like, oh, the mask's gonna like make these kids evil and kill their parents, something like that. But then you watch it and that scene happens. I'm like, oh, this is more messed up than you think it is. This
Yeah.
is definitely more sinister. These
Yeah.
are really bad people. Like that's when it becomes a horror movie for me. And and then it's a child, and this is a child that did nothing. It'd be one thing if it was Tom Atkins or something, but that's but yeah, Halloween 3, I think.
See that movie? That movie was an example that if you are fucking throughout, you're gonna live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put that in my Amazon cart.
What's that?
Season of the Witch Blu-ray.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I own it.
So-
I love that movie.
It's on its way.
Yeah. And it gets a bad rap too because where's Michael Myers? Everybody fucking hates it.
I think over the years, I think if you go,
it gained a cult following. Over
it
the
gained,
years.
yeah.
Well, also Carpenter wanted to do an anthology, but for some reason he picked the third movie to do that instead of if that was Halloween 2, I think it would have had a different.
And if you called it
definitely.
just Season of the Witch, it would have fucking destroyed it. I think it would have been so. The fact that they added the Halloween title to it, people went in looking for Michael Myers, and that's why it got a bad rap.
And you got him for like 8 seconds on the TV.
Yeah,
It was a commercial.
Yeah, and I didn't watch that movie in its entirety until like late 90s, maybe early 2000s, because I was one of those like fuck that. And then, I heard right out of the gate like, oh, there's no Michael. Well, I ain't gonna fucking watch it.
I think I had that conversation with you
and then
somewhere
I
in the
finally
mid
gave it a
'90s,
shot, and
I was like, I got to watch Halloween 3 I never saw, and you were like, fuck that movie. Michael Myers is not even in it. Just go right to 4. You know? So
And Tom Atkins is a fucking player, man. That dude. Whether it's The Fog and he picks up Jamie Lee Curtis hitchhiking and he's in bed with her. And he's a pimp. He's a pimp. Helping her to, find out and solve her dad's murder, and his wife's at home hanging out, and he's in the hotel in Santa Mira.
Banging someone he just met like 45 minutes ago.
Who will eventually turn into a fucking robot.
Did she, though? Or was she a plant the whole time?
Oh.
touche.
Touche,
Good.
Dave.
I still haven't made up my mind on that one.
All right. I like that.
We're going to have to make that a watch along now.
Yeah, we might have to. All right.
All right. The next one is the Norris chess scene in The Thing against the dual tanning beds of Final Destination 3.
You don't even have to ask me this one.
All right. One
We're
for
gonna ask-
Final
I will
Destination.
fight.
gonna ask-
I will fucking throw down if anybody chooses the tanning bed over what I think is one of the best scenes in all of horror. Special effects wise, everything. From the moment he puts those paddles in his chest, cuts off the arms, they got an amputee that's playing the role, and then the thing comes out and it's hanging up, all drool on the ceiling. Head,
We've come for your dog.
the head melting back, grows the leg. That whole fucking scene, not even a chance.
So you didn't love the roller coaster song and the nipples?
No. There's when it comes to Norris chest and The Thing,
All right.
yeah, it is. I don't.
I second that. Norris chest stain in the thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a sweep.
Yeah, I'm definitely going that route.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't even think that the tanning bed was like top 10 for
It was
me
a
in
cool
the franchise.
scene, though. It was a cool scene.
I love the
It was
nail gun
satisfying
kill.
to see like they were so bitchy. Like it was satisfying to see him go in such a superficial way. But even then, like all the shit in there in that whole franchise, like I said, I don't even think it ever broke my top 10.
I just remembered the splat scene, and I like that one better than this one.
The Norris chest.
Norris chest, baby.
All right, we got
BB.
the basketball kill
BB.
of Deadly Friend
BB.
against the decapitation of the Omen.
This one was a tough one. This one was an extremely tough
It was.
one. I went back and forth many times on this one. However, to know me is to know that I love a specific head explosion that I'm sure we'll talk about later. That for me is the best of the best. I'm going with the Omen here. I'm going with the decapitation. I'm going with that because the whole setup of that scene, the way that truck comes back and the sheet of glass goes and it decapitates him and the head flips perfectly. I mean, it was to shoot that scene the way it was fucking beautiful. It was masterful how that scene was shot. So I'm going the Omen.
I love Anne Ramsey.
I know you do.
I love Lamp.
I look like Sloth right now.
Hey, you guys!
my one fucking eye. Come on, I have a sty.
Wrong turn 5 didn't make it in.
Did you like the little sloth gift that I sent? Chocolate?
Bro, he's still pissed off. One day he'll get in the bracket. One day.
I'm definitely going for the decapitation in The Omen.
Okay.
I remember that as a kid watching The Omen, and that scene was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What did I just watch?
Yeah.
I know I saw Deadly Friend
5 minutes
Recently.
ago.
But I remember the scene with Ann Ramsey getting the basketball thrown at her.
Yeah.
You
Great
know.
scene.
It
Don't
is.
get me wrong. Great scene.
But I also saw another entry down the line first, and that one the original will always stick with me
Sure.
when I see certain things like that. So
Sure.
I'm going with decapitation and the Omen. Joe T.
I like the basketball, so
Okay.
I'll go with that.
It is very difficult. This one was very hard for me to choose. Very hard because I love them both.
Kevin.
That's not how it goes.
I got to go with basketball.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No. Kevin,
Now it
you're
is going to
tiebreaker.
I don't even think that's the best kill in the Omen.
The
I think that's what it
stake
was.
through the-
I think that one and
Yeah.
the other one later that we're going to talk about, I think are
Oh,
far
okay.
more superior.
Okay. Okay.
But
It's a great one, but
yeah,
you're right. There's better in that movie.
and to, bring a point, Dan said when he was a kid, like I was born '95, so like, I grew up when horror was maybe not its most extreme, but way
God, I'm
more
an old
extreme than
fuck.
like the '80s. And all.
Am I the
So-
oldest here?
You only got me
by
by
a
like
year.
not
I
like
just
6
turned
months.
51, so
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go basketball just for just how absurd it is. The fact that it is a
Ooh,
basketball,
wow.
and
Ooh,
I'm
that's surprising.
still waiting for someone to cut that scene with Throw Mama from the Train. To just make a weird cut of that movie.
Yeah, I love Throw
when
Mama
when
from
she
the
when her
train.
head's hanging out, and
Yeah.
then you just
Just find a clip
Darwin!
of Billy Crystal throwing something.
have her hanging out of there, and then splice it with Hereditary, but it's a basketball instead of
Wow.
a pole.
Yes.
The nuts make me choke, Aaron.
It's too sultry in here.
The night was sultry. What a classic fucking movie.
The night was moist.
Oh, all right. I was surprised by that. I didn't think the.
All right, the next one, we got Welcome to Primetime, Bitch, from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, against the Stairwell Decapitation and High Tension.
Yeah. So for me, the Primetime Bitch is not even my favorite. Obviously, from Dream Warriors. We'll get to that one later. We just watched the Stairwell too, and I'm gonna go the Stairwell. I think it's a great scene.
Underseen movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I promise I'm not picking on you.
Yeah.
Just because a kill might not be as good as another one in the movie doesn't necessarily mean it's not better than another one.
Yeah. No. Listen,
Because we have seen many movies that
Sure,
have multiple
sure.
solid kills.
I just didn't think,
It is kind of tame.
yeah. I mean, he picks her up and he puts her in the television. I mean, the effects are cool and all that, but for me, again, I'm gonna go graphic, visceral, just like what the fuck, Anytime you put someone's head between a banister and then I mean, that's pretty inventive too. And he takes the
was.
dresser and just kind of rolls it on down. The guy doesn't even speak. The killer is cool in that movie. However, if you saw that movie, there's a fucking major twist.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go High Tension. I'm gonna give some love to High Tension because I think it's a classic and it's it's kind of that trifecta of Inside, High Tension, and Martyrs.
I'm going to go with Welcome to Primetime, Bitch.
Okay.
I just thought it was unique,
Yeah.
For villain popping out of the TV, bringing her up and into the television set, kind of hanging there.
Yeah. Great scene.
I have a soft spot for Frederick. So
Absolutely. And was that the first time he was starting to crack some jokes? Right? Was that the first
That was
hint
the first
that
bitch.
Freddie was?
That's
yeah.
what started the
That he
bitch
was,
at
yeah.
every kill.
Yeah. So there's meaning there, right?
Yeah.
Joe.
That honestly is my favorite kill in the franchise.
Wow. Okay.
I know it's not the best one, but when we thought about making lists originally, that was one of the first few I put on
Okay.
mine. So I like High Tension. I feel like it's very underrated, but that one, like we've said, it means something to me.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I'm going with that one. Prime time.
I think Prime Time would have been a no-brainer up until about 10 years ago, and I just feel a little fatigued with that one. And yeah, High Tension, it's just a far more brutal.
Yeah.
I guess because it's a fresher watch for me. I just like that more.
Yeah.
So
We need help. We need
old,
help.
Us old fuckers stick together. By the way.
Yeah, I noticed how you guys always
I was
agree.
gonna say we kind of parted ways a little bit already tonight.
So Kevin, we need you, bro.
It's prime time.
Okay.
Prime time for me.
Okay. I respect that, man. It's a good kill. I'm just trying to give some love to an underrated.
I do love
An
in that
underrated
movie.
one.
I'm pretty sure after that happens, they're like, she committed suicide. And you're like, what?
Yep.
So next we have the dance practice scene in Suspiria and Dean's kill in Reanimator.
So this is an interesting one for me. 5 days ago, I would have told you, fucking Reanimator, baby. That's it. But I rewatched that dance scene with Suspiria, and fuck, that was brutal. Wicked, brutal, contorted.
This is the Suspiria remake.
This is the remake now.
Yes.
It's the dance
Yes.
sequence of the remake. Yes,
and
good
and,
call out.
and that was an original scene for the remake, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't in the original, if I remember right.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And she was, the girl dancing in the other room, and she's kind of mimicking what. I mean, it was even to the point where she's fucking drooling, and all hands down. I'm going
Just
with Suspiria.
completely helpless
Yeah,
because she don't
yeah.
know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, for me, it's the dance practice all the way.
I'm gonna go with Dancing on Her Own
Yes.
in Suspiria.
I'm going to save what I'm going to say for another round or two or three. I'm going with dance practice.
Although I love Reanimator. Reanimator is great. Well,
All right. Well, let's get Kevin anyway because
will
No,
you dance too,
is
Dave?
it for? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dance for me.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one where, like, I don't squirm, but, like, that was painful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
And
she sold it.
Over the
I don't
course
even
of
think-
like 4 minutes.
And it was long, too. Yeah. it
Even when
was
she was
kinda-
still contorted, I'm pretty sure she was even still alive for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
far afterwards.
I love that scene.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more. I promise. So the next one is the chest buster in Alien
Ooh.
against Paris Hilton getting impaled by
Yeah.
a pole.
I mean,
Hold
on, time out.
Yeah,
Go
hold
ahead.
on.
obviously watching Paris Hilton die is just so.
Oh, yeah. It
Hold
was
on.
Very satisfying.
So I try on the bracket. I wrote Paris pole.
Paris
And I
Pole.
just tried to say it like a little better.
That wasn't
and then
a horror. That was a
well,
completely
no, but
different
Then I
genre.
just said
you
Paris
watched the other
Hilton
Paris
getting
Hilton
impaled by a pole.
Wrong
So,
video, Joe.
it definitely. I tried to make it sound better, and in
Yeah.
the end, made it sound worse.
a little soft core.
Well, I need to use the restroom,
yeah. So
and I'm pretty sure we know how this one's gonna go. So
yeah.
talk amongst
So
yourselves. guys.
I'll start it off. Do I even need to? I mean, when we talk about iconic scenes, right? I mean, here we go again. The chest burster from Alien was just iconic. It was a great scene. Came out of fucking nowhere, right? And
even for the cast,
even for the cast, right? Because the cast had no clue. Just their reactions.
that was legitimate shit coming out of their assholes.
Just the right amount of blood spurt everywhere. I mean, it was fucking classic, man. It's easy for me. House of Wax was a great movie. It's very underrated too. But yeah, it's no competition.
All right. Do we have any objections at this point?
I really enjoy Paris taking a poll.
But we're talking about House of Wax, not One
Yeah.
Night in Paris.
Yeah. Not Paris does Dallas.
No, it's Debbie Does Demons.
Debbie does Demon. Is that an actual movie?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
going to be another watch along.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a watch along.
Isn't that our girl from Murder Size?
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
In the toilet. In the toilet.
I gotta start covering the pipes now. All right. Where are you at on this?
Oh, absolutely, chest burster.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I was going to say I
Yeah,
don't.
Chestbuster. This is the other one I was saying when we were talking about Psycho. Only one other one that is most iconic death ever, and this was that one.
Yeah.
So iconic that it got a replay in Spaceballs.
Yeah.
And another reason for Sigourney Weaver should have won. Just saying. Or at least moved on.
That's true. Hey, listen, I was surprised Toni Collette went as far as she went too. To be honest with you,
Damn.
and I love Toni Collette, but
I thought it was.
she was great in her.
So Joe, welcome
Joe,
back.
Joe, are you
Paris,
okay with
congratulations
the,
on advancing.
Do you want to chime in on this one, or is it are you?
No, I was
Clear
definitely gonna
person.
vote Chestbuster. It is a cool scene though when she gets impaled in the head,
Yeah.
and then he's just sitting there with the camera looking at it,
Yeah.
and then
Just
takes it out of her
slides down.
head. But yeah, no, that was obvious. The next one we got Art the Clown with
First
the hacksaw
appearance. First
from the
appearance.
original Terrifier,
Yeah.
and Jack's death in American Werewolf in London.
Yeah. Listen, I love me some American Werewolf in
Yeah,
London.
same.
Don't get me wrong. It's a great movie. It's a movie that I watched countless times when I was younger. Great death scene. It was just the attack was vicious, but we are talking fucking Art the Clown here, and we are talking the fucking hacksaw scene. And we just watched that the other night with Danny C in the tattoo chair, so we got a nice refresher of that. Brutal, great. Classic already. For me, it's a no-brainer. It's Terrifier.
Oh, definitely for me, I'm gonna go with the hacksaw and Terrifier.
Yeah, for something that graphic, it's one of the longest kills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's actually how I got Charlie to watch it.
yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be too over the top for him, but I was like, dude, you have to watch the longest kill scene like ever. And I think I clocked it, and yeah, it's like 2.5, 3
Yeah.
minutes or
He's
something.
just going.
And he goes through the face too, man. He just continues all the way down.
And his
man.
face, making the faces he's making.
Oh, he's enjoying
Yeah.
it, man.
An artist enjoys his art.
Yeah,
Right.
just like smearing shit on the mirror. It's art, baby.
Yeah. Yeah,
Kevin.
that one's a landslide.
Yeah, Terrifier.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. You went up against a tough one there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
exactly.
you just draw
It was-
the bad
That
one.
was just a shit pairing. for him.
at the draw.
Yeah, I feel like Paris with the
Macho
pole would have
Man.
went a lot longer if it wasn't for. Nah, just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with the marionette scene from Dream Warriors, and the melting wino on the toilet from Street
Yeah.
Trash.
I brought the wino to the forefront, right? Because I love street trash. It's a guilty pleasure of mine from the '80s. But the marionette scene is my favorite kill in Nightmare on Elm Street. I would probably say if it's not my favorite in the entire franchise, it's probably top 2 or 3. So I just love everything about it. Freddy over the entire building, just kind of puppeteering and.
Oh, he's going through the hallway.
Yeah, the hallway, just walking, and just the effects.
Have a nice stroll, asshole.
Yeah, it was for me. It's a no-brainer.
And then he's got him
It's
on top of the
marionette.
building, and they're all watching
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
the window as he plummets down. But
Yeah.
that's same for me.
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, classic.
brutal, no brainer.
Yep.
Kevin.
Mirror it up.
All right,
All right, we got little Georgie from It Chapter 1, and the All For You Damien scene in The Omen.
this might be a Kevin one that he's talking about. Georgie, meet Pennywise. Pennywise, meet Georgie. Now we're not strangers anymore. Yeah, so this was a tough one for me too, because The Omen had so many classic scenes in it, death scenes. And I love me some Nanny, kind of, at a birthday party, jumping and just snapping her neck and then crashing to the window through the window for a little extra nod. But I'm going to go with Georgie. I'm going to go with it. I think, again, kudos, killing a child on screen, always gets a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because it's rare to do that. And just the fact that the whole build-up of the scene, the acting of Pennywise, right? Just in the sewer and then
Trying to lure him.
Trying to lure him, right? Trying to lure him, and then the biting of the mouth and the biting of his arm, and then the crawling and the hand coming. It's just it's a cool scene. It's another iconic scene. I mean, it was done well in the miniseries back in the day. So I'm gonna go with it.
What a way to open a movie. My vote is for It Chapter 1, the Georgie scene.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Chapter 1, and yeah, that scene was pretty fucked up.
I guess my opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. We want to hear it.
Nah,
of course.
I'm Omen on this one.
Okay.
From the first time I saw that movie, I've never not loved that scene.
Oh, it's a great scene. Great scene. I'm pretty sure I know where Kevin's
and it makes me enjoy going to my nephew's birthday every year. Because every time I'll be like, Damien, look at me.
Is that his?
Yeah,
that's great. What do you got, Kevin?
I mean, this is one that actually could go either way. I think they're both pretty good. But yeah, I think it just, it's iconic, and that movie doesn't even happen without that death. So
True.
And I know that's not again what we're debating, but it definitely stuck with me more than the hanging scene. Again, both great scenes. I can go either way, but it.
Okay.
And that's
Dave.
the other thing too, where we're talking about.
What?
There's no yawning.
Dude,
Stop.
I'm gonna yawn sometimes, but I can't control that shit.
Take a drink of water.
We're all you.
So
Look at Danny doesn't want me to yawn. When you battle sleep apnea, come talk to me and tell me whether or not you're gonna yawn.
And yeah, where with it, how it involves a kid, but in The Omen, that shit goes down in front of a whole party full of kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Like how awesome would it be to have been a therapist
Yeah.
when that was going down?
So this next one, honestly, I think I went back and forth about 9 to 10 times.
Oh god, this one's hard.
It's Jenna Ortega getting shotgunned to death in X, and the axe to the face in When Evil Lurks.
Fuck. This one
A
was
newbie.
hard. This
Yeah,
one was
two
hard, man.
really recent movies
Yeah.
matched up against each other.
Yeah. This was probably there was probably like 3 of them here that it was just like, fuck, I don't even want to choose because I don't know which way to go. However, I have to choose. And I know it's probably not going to be the most popular opinion here, but that axe to face When Evil Lurks is just a what the fuck moment. I mean, we just watched it again, and it's just like the fact that they're showing you it, and she's doing it time after
Again.
time. Yeah,
Again.
it's, I got it.
Killing herself.
The brutality of it. Now, the Ortega shotgun was that scene made me fucking jump because I was not expecting it. So it was the perfect jump scare in the whole
It was like
scene with
things
the
are
hands,
about
right,
to pick up.
everything.
Bam!
Yeah. You came out of left field.
You knew it was going to get exciting. You didn't expect that.
But axe to face is just brutal. It's just it was a powerful scene, and I'm gonna give some love to the newbie When Evil Lurks.
Yeah, so same thing. I did not watch When Evil Lurks. However, when we were deciding on our final 30 or so, we did watch it, and I felt, it deserves to be in there. I don't know. I'm a sucker for X, and her trying to get out of the basement. She gets her hand mangled.
Yeah.
Not only you get your hand mangled, but they're talking about that whole fucking shotgun sticking. Up to that point, and it catches you out of nowhere, and I'm gonna go with X with Jenna Ortega.
Great scene, well deserving.
So, when we talked about making our lists, one of the very first ones I had to put down was the Ortega shotgun, and it was one of the few times ever I actually said something out loud in the movie theater. It was packed, opening night.
I remember you saying
and when
that,
she got hit, I went, holy shit, out loud. And I hadn't seen X in a while. And once I saw When Evil Lurks, I know you had hyped up about the dog scene. But when I saw the axe to the face, that just stuck in my head. And somehow I didn't notice that's
Stuck
on
in
the
her head, too.
Well, yeah, that is true. That was on the poster. And I never even thought about it until I watched the movie. But I watched the Ortega shotgun scene a couple days ago. And when it happens, it's done so perfectly that I love the axe to the face scene. I was the only one that had it on my list. That's why it didn't go right to the bracket. But that shotgun scene is wicked. And in my opinion, one of the best kills of the past 5 years. Easy.
Yeah. It was a great kill. So I mean, as far as it goes, it's deserving if it continues to flourish here.
Yeah, again, it's another great, just fuck you kill. Because like I was saying, like you knew shit was about to get real, but you didn't expect as soon as that door opened up.
Like I said, I jumped like a fucking like a little girl. I jumped out of my seat when I saw that. It scared the shit out of me because I was not expecting it.
However, that axe kill is fucking terrifying.
It is.
Like, and it's something you've never seen. You've seen plenty of axe deaths, but for someone to just over and over again,
yeah, and they show you it
and do it to themselves.
Yeah, and it looks so fucking real.
You knew she was taking him out.
Yeah,
you didn't expect her to literally turn it around on herself. So
he's a fucking moron. She told him, "Don't fucking kill that thing, man, because you're only gonna spread it." And what does he do? He fucking kills it. He deserves to get fucking crushed.
So yeah, I'm going with Evil Lurks.
Wow.
Ooh, okay. I actually thought you were gonna go the other way, my friend. Welcome back to the fucking party, Dave.
It was another tough one, but
welcome back to the old timers fucking club.
Welcome back to the home.
All right, Kevin. Oh, I do not envy the position you're in, my friend.
I feel like I'm the only one that thought it was easy when Evil Lurks. It came down to just the kill itself for me, and it's just like, the fact that I think it makes it more brutal because it's someone doing it to themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ultimately, I think, what took it for me. As shocking as that Jenna Ortega scene was, like, case point, she just got shot. Compared to axe to the face by herself, that's what ultimately I chose that for.
And I think we threw out this disclaimer last year too. Like, even the ones we vote out, like, they all made it to this list because we love these scenes.
Absolutely.
We love these kills. So
absolutely.
Anytime we pick one over another, it's not saying, oh, well, that one's shit.
No, they're all fucking
well,
great.
you know what? No,
Yeah,
there may be
feel
comments like that, but
the Ortega shotgun probably could have made it another round or two if it didn't match up against that one.
Sometimes the luck of the draw and who they're battling, right? And
I may have chosen that over Deadly Friend had they been paired.
Oh, I would have definitely chose Ortega over Deadly Friend.
This one's going to be a good one, I feel like.
Yeah, this one was tough.
So we got the drill scene in Gates of Hell, City of the Living Dead, and the Savini shotgun in Maniac.
Little Fulci love. Little Fulci love. Yeah, this was a tough one, but I dropped many fucking hints earlier when we talk about head explosions. Right? Now, again, I know we can't weigh one against the other, and they're all separate. And I absolutely love Maniac. I think it's an underrated movie,
Absolutely.
right? I think not a lot of people talk about it. I thought Joe Spinelli did an amazing job in that movie. I thought the end scene with the mannequins killing him was fucking fantastic. And the shotgun, it's Savini, man. It's Savini getting his head blown off, and it was a great scene. I love how he fucking came up on the car, right, and just pointed the shotgun at him. However, the drill scene in Gates of Hell, show me a more realistic fucking kill, man. I mean, when I first saw that movie,
The
I
turtle
thought,
in Cannibal Holocaust.
yeah. Oh man, that was real. Oh man, fucking animal cruelty. The drill scene in Gates of Hell for me, poor Bob, was just. It was a classic scene. It looked real. When I first saw that, it's like, how the fuck did they film it? Because it actually looked like that drill was going right through his head. So for me, and what we're going to talk about later, it's the Gates of Hell. It's the drill scene for me.
Danny?
This was a tough one for me. But I'm going to go with Maniac and the Savini money shot.
Yeah, great scene. Great scene. Great kill.
Yeah.
So we had a text when we were first putting our list together because I had known the movie as City of the Living Dead, and we had the same drill scene, and that scene truly is amazing.
Yeah.
I had never seen Maniac before, sadly. And when we watched it in the previous episode,
Yeah.
I had never seen anything. That scene caught my eye to the point that when I went back and forth with the previous matchup, I looked at it like, honestly, I don't care who wins because there's no way it's beating the Savini shotgun. And I'm going with that.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Completely understand, man. Great.
Nice.
You
I'm
Savini?
I'm going with Maniac
All
also.
right. Kevin?
Savini.
Savini?
Yeah.
Okay. Well deserving.
But I absolutely love that drill scene.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Did the entrails, vomiting the entrails, that didn't make it? That was an honorable mention?
No,
or
it's
did-
on here.
No, it's
Oh,
on
it
there.
is on here.
Coming
Okay.
up very soon, but
yeah.
it got a very, very bad draw.
A hopeless draw.
All right, Joe T with the next one.
So we got The Rack from Saw 3.
The rack?
Yes.
Murder
This,
sign?
this is definitely not a good rack.
Look at my rack.
Against the Cockroach Kill from Nightmare 4.
Yeah. Who was that Screaming Mad George for Nightmare 4? Did he do the effects? Did he do that scene?
I don't remember who did that one.
I don't remember who it was. I mean, for me it's the cockroach scene in Nightmare 4. I just think it's a great practical effects scene, and at any time Freddy can just squash or a little roach hotel there, and all the goo comes out. That little added plus at the end there, but
Not even a good stuff.
yeah, I thought. I mean, again, I'm a little bit of a gym rat myself, so I love the fact that it was a workout scene, and her arms bend back. Yeah, for me, it's the cockroach scene.
This one was tough because I felt like I really enjoyed the Saw 3 scene, the torture rack scene, and just because I remember the Nightmare 4 scene as a kid, and that always stuck with me. But I went with Nightmare on the cockroach scene. I think if you say that, yeah, the arms bending back, and cracking, and
Shedding of the skin and all
yeah, rolling around in that that tar.
That's right. That's
paper.
right. Yeah.
Goo.
Very cool scene.
It's a slow death, and then yep, goodbye.
Yep.
So, I do want to take credit that I was the only one that had the cockroach scene on my list, and I did push for it to make it. The only problem is it got the draw on what I feel is the most brutal kill in the history of the Saw franchise. And I'm not going to debate, like, the first one. It will suck if this one doesn't go through. Thankfully, would lose to something I like, but I got to go with the rack. Like, to have your arms and legs and everything and just have them slowly turn and you see the bones come through the skin, like, that doesn't compare to a cockroach, man. Like, that is one of the most brutal kills on this bracket, so I got to go with the rack.
Okay.
This was one of my 5
Hardest?
that I'm literally about to like find a coin on this
Yeah.
one because
Yeah.
I have some serious nostalgia for the roach, but the rack is brutal.
Go with your gut, Dave. What does your gut tell you?
I think I'm going to go with Nightmare.
Okay.
Come
Kevin?
on, guys. You didn't even have it on your lists.
I was gonna go the rack. Yeah, it's just so brutal, and then throughout the whole movie, you know, he's the finale. So you're like, you know, this better be good, and I don't think it disappointed. So I think the rack would have been my choice.
I mean, of all the traps, that's definitely in my top 5 of I would not want to be in that one. Especially when your survival is
I'll tell you.
rooted in another person's actions.
That fucking bone marrow, though, scene.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that. Don't
fucking
worry.
scene, dude.
So to be honest with you, Joe, when you said it wasn't on our list,
Yes.
I kind of forgot about it a little bit, and I was trying to focus on certain things that weren't normal. I was like out of the box. I'm forgetting stuff. So when I did see it on there.
No,
It
it's all
kinda
good.
probably-
I love that scene.
Yeah.
I just...
Oh, and I agree.
It
It's
just
brutal.
drew a bit... Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean,
I had it on
There
there.
are
I had it
upsets.
on my list.
it's good.
Yeah.
I had the rack scene from Saw 3 on my list.
All of our
originally.
listeners saying, you fucking idiots.
So,
I'm sure we were getting at about 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
no, that were correct 10 minutes in.
All right.
So we got the chainsaw ending to the Evil Dead remake of 2013, and we got James Woods and his cancer bullets from Videodrome.
Oh, fuck my life. This is one
this
that
was
I
one
actually
you nominated.
Yeah, and this was one that I actually left the front office at work and walked to the back to discuss with Joe. Excuse me. Tell me about the ending scene. How far back are we going? Does it include Mia getting her hand ripped off from under the car? Like, is that all part of the end scene? So I think it is. Right, I think if we're talking about the ending, we're talking about that whole fight scene between her and the
The Masked Marauder.
no, what the fuck did they call it? Oh shit, what was it?
See, I keep
What
wanting
was
to say
it? What was
Abomination, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
it
guys
was
said
the Abomination.
Was it?
It was the Abomination.
It was.
Yeah. So even though, Videodrome, man, long live the new flesh, right? The cancer bullets is a fucking great scene, man.
that was actually my bedtime watch last night.
Yeah, that was a great scene. So creative. I mean, the gun is even part of his fucking hand. I mean, Videodrome is just fucking classic.
That he pulled out of his chest.
Body
pussy.
horror at its best when it comes to Cronenberg. But I'm going Evil Dead 2013, and I'm going the end scene. I'm giving some love to Jane Levy because I'm going to meet her very
100%.
soon. We're coming to see you, Jane.
It wasn't my turn, though.
It's 100% for me. I mean,
100%
I didn't,
for me, too.
I watched the Videodrome one. I didn't watch the movie. Saw the scene.
Yep.
Something I will watch eventually.
Yeah, great
It's
movie.
definitely a bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah,
But
yeah, be
I-
ready.
That's like
And Blondie is in it, for Christ's sakes. Deborah Harry.
I can't imagine David Lynch didn't have a hand in that movie.
Go ahead, Danny.
He was like a ghostwriter or something.
No, I just the chainsaw scene, the lighting, the blood splattering, and she's going back and forth, and she's chainsawing down her head.
The raining blood.
Yeah,
throughout
it's
the
just-
entire
yeah.
scene. It's just
Amazing.
It's
Yeah.
I love it, and I it's one of the ones that's probably one of the first ones I started thinking about, as we talked about the
Yeah.
list itself. So
this might be a clean sweep. I don't know. Where you at, Dave?
Oh, my turn? Yeah. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead? Yeah. Kevin?
I was actually leaning more Videodrome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, it is my favorite Cronenberg
Okay.
film, and I watch it probably every year around Halloween. But I don't know. There's something about the tumor, basically exploding tumors, and
Yeah.
the practicality, and the whole what the fuck of it. I
Yeah.
think. I think it's probably because the more the what the fuck moment, because like Evil Dead, like by that time it's the fourth Evil Dead movie. I know that stuff's gonna happen.
And
not
you
that
knew-
not that I'm discrediting it. It's great, but like
And
yeah,
you knew it was
this-
going to be bloody as shit at the
and
end.
I knew and everything leading up to that. But yeah, I think Videodrome is just kind of just has a nice place
So
in my heart.
Videodrome's your favorite Cronenberg?
Yeah, I would say it's
Okay.
my favorite Cronenberg.
Mine, it's probably my third. Well, I would say it's my second because I have two number ones that are dead even. And for me, it's Scanners and it's The Brood. I fucking love The Brood.
Brood is
My wife wears her North Face jacket sometimes, and when she puts the hood on, I'm like, you look like fucking Brood. You look like those little kids.
And what did she say to you?
She kicks me out of the fucking house.
Good.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
we
getting home
got
till 3 a.m.
Rhodes' death in Day of the Dead, and the wheelchair scene in Friday Part 2.
Captain Rhodes.
This was tough, man. This was tough because the Friday 13th Part 2 is my favorite Friday, and that wheelchair scene is probably one of my favorite kills in the franchise. Just the
It's
way it
one of the
was
most
shot.
tragic kills.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy's in a fucking wheelchair. Come on, Jason, give him a fucking break. However, I went in another direction here, and maybe it's an unpopular direction, but Day of the Dead and that scene where they pulled him apart at the end, and he's fucking saying, choke on it, and they used actual
Entrails.
that were fucking rotting.
Yeah.
They never thought to spend $20 more to go get new entrails. They kept shoving that shit. And everybody, that poor guy, had to smell that shit for God knows how long. For me, it's Day of the Dead. That pull apart scene is iconic, and it's Savini at its best.
When I asked certain individuals inside this home, what are your top kills
In this house.
in this house?
Nope.
Two of them brought up the wheelchair from Friday the 13th Part 2 and the machete to the head and going down. So, yes, I think we were all in agreement. Belongs on this list. I just feel Captain Rhodes deserved what he got.
Oh, yeah.
And him getting torn apart by the zombies was iconic for me. It was awesome.
And Bub
And
saluted him.
And Bubs.
He saluted him. That's, that's great.
Yeah, I'm Rhodes 100%.
Your Rhodes?
Mhm.
Dave? Ooh.
Nah, I feel like any other pair up, it absolutely would have been the wheelchair. But from 20 minutes into that movie, it's like, just kill this fucking guy
Thank you.
already. So the fact that
satisfying.
you just waiting for him to go and to know that he went out so horribly. Because he was already disemboweled, and yet he's still like, ah.
Mark just wanted to get laid.
Yeah, like I said, that just for the fact that how tragic it was.
Yeah.
Because most of them you understand. It's like, all right, some dumb team. They're, of course they're going to go out and everything. And like I said, I did also have that bias. Like that's one of the few horror scenes that even like stood out to Charlie. Because like I said, he made that callback like a year after watching the movie, and it was like, holy shit, he did remember. So obviously that one makes an impression on a lot of people, but just Rhodes, just him screaming the whole fucking movie. It's just like, please just kill him. So when it finally happened, yeah.
I think Jason just fucking killed him because he picked that wrong fucking game that he wanted to play when she gave him the choice, right? You talking
one
about
with the
nostalgic
Or football.
You talking about nostalgic fucking ColecoVision type fucking games.
Beep.
Kevin, what do you got?
Rhodes.
Rhodes. All right.
All right, so the next one, we got the peanut allergy from Hereditary, and the girl when she vomits her entrails in Gates of Hell. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't the peanut allergy.
Yeah.
It's when the head gets fucking
I'm-
decapitated.
I mean, technically, the peanuts
The
did
peanuts
cause
caused
her
it.
to die.
Yeah. This is a fucking no-brainer for me. This is definitely Gates of it. No, I'm just kidding. This is Hereditary. I mean, that scene, right? I mean, and the fact that they go back to it, the whole entire scene is fucking fantastic because that happens.
And the 5 minutes in the car.
And the 5 minutes in the car with the
Then
acting,
Mom
right?
finds
you
out.
feel this like you put yourself in his position, like, what the fuck? How am I gonna get out of it? Like, what do I do? Then he goes home and he goes to fucking sleep. And he leaves the body in the car. It doesn't say shit. Then you hear the mom and then they go back to it and it's fucking just hanging there with the ants. So hands down, great fucking kill. And I think that one's gonna go a bit.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
I'm not even talking about it. Yes,
I was going to say, is anybody voting for Gates of Hell
No.
on this one?
No.
Fuck to hell.
Hey, we finished the bracket.
No,
Half of
one
it.
side.
Yeah, but that's all right. Listen,
We're
once we-
halfway through round one.
once we get through this
Yeah,
one,
no,
then
it'll
it's gonna
speed up
get-
some,
It's going to
yeah.
speed up because we've already talked about them,
Yes.
right?
All right. So now
So it'll speed up.
Next round starts the arguments.
we got
Yeah.
the bedroom scene in Terrifier 2 against Quint's death in Jaws. Yeah, I think you should put a hood on for this one.
Let's put a hood on for this one because I'm going to be hated on this one. And what I'm about. To,
I mean,
what
I
I'm about to
already
say.
lost one half of my final. Let's fucking take it both out right now.
I mean, listen, I how many Art the Clowns are going to go, right? So there's many of them that can go, right? So I'm not saying that just because we have one in already, the other should. And the bedroom scene is
A what the fuck scene?
a what the fuck scene.
Yeah.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, was an amazing scene, and it was an amazing kill, and I mean, fuck, I got his. I'm tattooed with Art, but Jaws has a spot in my heart, and it's near and dear to me. And that Quentin death scene, I've must have watched Jaws 300 times in my life. I mean, I don't go in the ocean because of it. That Quentin scene and just everything about it. From when Hooper was down there in the cage and then the shark just coming up and landing on the boat and just like the slide down and you just know what's going to happen and him chomping and he's stabbing the shark with the machete on the side and then just brings him down with his lifeless but I have to go Quinn. And I may be in the minority and that's fucking okay. Because I love Terrifier and I love that scene, but I'm going Quinn. I'm going Jaws.
I'm going with T2.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a no-brainer for you guys.
Yeah,
It might be the most hardcore, vicious
Oh yeah, I agree with
destruction
you.
of a
I agree
of
with
a
you.
young adolescent.
I agree with you.
And obviously, you know, she was a bit of an asshole, and yeah, Art wasn't dealing with it. And not only to, you know, rip off part of her face and, you know, break off part of her arm as she's like
The eye slice.
pulling back. Yeah, the eyes, everything. And then on top of that, he goes and grabs some
Literally rubs salt in the wound.
bleach and salt to the wound.
He was in the mood for some salt and vinegar chicks.
You're a horrible man, Art.
Then the mother comes home and is just like,
How is she still alive? Number one, that was crazy.
yeah. So I'm going T2.
Yeah, yeah,
me too.
yeah. Listen, I know I'm in the minority here when it comes to Quinn, so you guys can just.
I'm going to go with Terrifier, and I hate myself for that. That's another like actual coin toss, but
Kevin.
yeah.
It's Terrifier too. Again, now that, like I said, I know we keep bringing up like same movie, different kill scenes, but like if that was up against maybe that opening
Chrissy?
death scene, then we would have an argument. I think
Sure,
more.
sure,
But
sure.
yeah, I would have to go Terrifier too.
All right, we got the splinter in the eye from Zombie, and the monster digestion from Nope.
Zombie 2.
Zombie 2. Sorry.
This was an easy one for me. I like Nope. Don't get me wrong, and I think it's cool, the monster digestion, and they showed, and you hear all the people, and spits out all the shit over the house, and it's raining blood and all that. But that fucking splinter in the eye scene in Zombie, man.
It was really intense.
It was intense. It was long. I mean, that was in slow motion. It's like, I grabbed you. An inch. That zombie was just toying with her.
And didn't even just stop at the puncture. Then it was like you're just watching it.
Yeah. And it's got to splinter out and take the eye with it. Easily splinter in the eye zombie for me. We are going to eat you. Literally.
Well,
Yeah, it's
I'm
probably a
splinter
clean
to
sweep.
the eye.
Are you guys...
Yeah, I'm same thing.
I was going to say.
Dan was already putting it on.
I was going to
after
say
me.
the computer already chose.
Yeah, no, I mean, some of these, if it's a clean sweep, we just got to speed it up. Not to rush this by any
Yeah,
means, because
yeah.
it's going to be tough once we get to the 8 and the 4. And
Sure.
So let this one, we got the head jaw rip from Hatchet against the coroner scene, the opening from Terrifier 2.
That opening scene was fucking fantastic, man. Having just watched it again, that coroner scene was great. I love the fact that they pick it right back up from the OG. However, that Hatchet scene and the head rip scene with Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley, and I've never seen that type of kill. Maybe in Twilight, in the Twilight 2, or the Breaking Dawn Part 2, when they pull the vampire's head and
A Twilight reference.
yeah.
I don't know how
But
I feel about that reference.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Has anyone seen Twilight?
Of course.
Okay, you remember the one at the fight scene in the battle?
Yeah.
Right.
Sadly, I saw them all.
I saw them all. And when he they pull his head apart, it was similar, right? It was the same
Welcome to the
concept.
Freddy's
I'm already
Revenge podcast.
smiling because I think we're agreeing on this, which we
Yeah.
we rarely ever agree
Yeah,
when it
good
comes to
for you,
brackets.
Joe. All right.
But
all right.
it's Danny C first.
Yeah, so I'm head rip Hatchet all day long.
I'm there. It's one that had me at hello,
Yeah.
and it's for me. I've never seen anything like that up to that point, and it was just
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
chasing
the
it down,
opening
ripping it.
to Terrifier 2.
Yeah,
but-
Terrifier 2. We just watched it again, and you kind of forget. That kind of gets in the background of that.
Yeah, because
that
you
opening
know at
scene.
the end of the first movie, he did some horrible shit, but
the
you
eye
didn't-
popping out.
you
He's
didn't-
holding the eye.
you
and-
didn't expect him to start this movie off showing you the horrible shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think Hatchet gets enough love, so.
Amen. Great fucking movie.
That's a clean sweep.
Kevin?
Hatchet.
All right, we got the bread slicer from Fear Street 1994 against the piano wire decapitation in Hereditary.
A little nod to Audition. Yeah, this was another no-brainer for me. Clearly, the piano wire decapitation scene with Toni Collette in Hereditary. I mean, and the fact that she's fucking levitating, and she's up there, and she's just fucking and just like fucking, and then she's going faster, and hands down. And then you hear the drop when he's on the ground there.
Yeah.
You hear the thump, and you know she's, yeah, easily for me it's Hereditary, piano wire.
So I saw Fear Street. I think when it came out like 2 years ago, it was like the thing of the summer, or 2 or 3 years ago. I think it might have been during.
Yeah, I think
right
it
after
was
COVID.
21 or 22.
Yeah, it was like right after COVID. Kind of. I think they finished filming that, put it on Netflix, and just going back and watching that just reminded me how brutal it was. That I felt like there was some other wire pulls later on in the bracket that I geared myself more towards. That I'm gonna go with the bread slicer in Fear Street 1994.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is tough for me, but I hadn't seen the Toni Collette scene in a long time. And we did talk about the sound in certain scenes. for some reason, listening to this scene again, I didn't like it at all. There's something about the sound she's making when she's doing the wire on it that it almost sounds comedic. That's just my opinion.
Sure.
I don't know why. The movie as a whole is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but there's something about that scene that it took me out of it. So, like, the dread that's actually going on, like his face when he's looking up at her.
And her face, just like how it's just like catatonic,
takes,
like fucking.
And I had never seen something like the bread slicer. And the battle that the girl tries to avoid it before she finally gets pushed into it. And to see, like, the head gets separated into, like, perfect lines was unreal to me. And it's the bread slicer for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with that one too. Again, because I just don't feel like that one gets enough recognition.
Okay. Kevin?
Bread slicer.
Bread slicer? Okay. Wow. I would have thought there'd be a little bit more love for the piano wire, but
I mean,
All good.
that
All
whole
good.
movie, but
Yeah, if it's movies, it's a
I
landslide
feel like-
the other way.
yeah,
Alright,
I just feel like Hereditary's definitely going to be well represented for a while in this bracket.
Yeah.
so-
yeah, it's
we got the blood bed fountain, the Johnny Depp kill
Yeah.
in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and the hammer kill in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, I was never. I love the Tina kill in Nightmare on Elm Street. I was never a big fan of the Johnny Depp one. I never. Maybe it was his fucking cut shirt that he was wearing. I don't know.
It was
crop top,
It was
yeah.
crop top, yeah.
I just I don't know.
Didn't Tatum end up in that one?
Yeah.
Yep. Exact one.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. He's pulling the blood. I mean, it was a cool scene. It was a lot of blood. And, I mean, you look at Shining, right? There's a lot of blood there, too. So it was it almost brought me back to that a little bit once.
Evil Dead
and,
Rise had a lot of blood.
So, I mean, it was just blood. It was just the hammer scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, we're gonna talk iconic again, right? I mean, just searching through the house and just the way he hits him over the head and he's fucking twitching on the ground and he's and then the fucking door slams shut and it's fucking on. Leatherface means business now.
No stinger, no
Nothing.
nothing.
It's just visceral, in your face, brutal, documentary style. You feel like you want to fucking take a shower after you watch the original TCM. For me, it's Texas Chainsaw.
This one was a hard one for me. However,
But
I did not sleep in the middle of my bed for 3 years of my life.
Hey, that's what it's all about, man.
And that scene with Johnny Depp fucked me up as a kid. And it was okay. When you go back to watching it, it was like, yeah, he pulled you in, and then whatever it was, you just see everything, the blood comes shooting out, but
he didn't even get a chance to see who won Miss Nude Universe. So again, it's another tragic death.
But for me, I'm gonna go with Nightmare on Elm Street just because it fucked me up as a kid, and there's so many things that fucked me up with that movie. Not to mention, I never took baths. Let's just put it that way. But I never slept in the middle of my bed for about 3 years of my life as a kid.
That's what, and there's a perfect example of why with the Jaws, right? I never went into the ocean after I watched Jaws.
Yeah.
So it's how it impacts you, right? And so I respect that.
So with this one for me, I'm going to kind of let you see my mindset when it comes to how I rank all of these, especially some of the older ones that I wasn't around when they first came out. So with this one, I had the bloodbed on my list. And then when I went back and I watched it recently, to me, it doesn't hold up. It's something simplistic. It's cool. Like the scene itself, not really a good kill. Whereas like the hammer scene in Texas Chainsaw, I feel like it's simple. It's good. And that's what I look at some of these other older ones. I get that the time frame was different. Maybe special effects weren't as good. If it can hold up today, that's where I give it extra points.
Sure.
And sadly, I take away points from the Bloodbed because of that.
Sure.
And that's why I went with the Hammer.
And not Greg the Hammer.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm Leatherface also, which does sting because much like along the lines of what Danny was saying, it didn't terrify me, but that scene, I mean, the whole movie I loved, but that scene in particular solidified like I love this genre.
Yeah.
At 11 years old, it was like I am officially a horror fan now.
Yeah.
But I think again, it's just a matter of getting older. Yeah, how visceral that whole scene is. It's actually it's the most jump scene-y, not jump scene, kill. Like it just pops out, but it doesn't really scare you. But just that kill in general gets you.
I think it's the shutting of the door too. I think it's just, I mean, there's an added element of just fucking
Like,
it's
yeah, I just did that shit.
Yeah, I fucking, you come into my house and fucking now,
Like,
now,
he
now,
means
you- now you're
business.
mine. Yeah,
And then-
now
Yes.
it's game on, right? So
Yeah.
Kevin.
Not even the worst thing is having the Johnny Depp in bed, but
Yeah.
it's
Touche.
Texas
No
Chainsaw. It's Texas Chainsaw. I mean, as we're talking about, I'm just hearing that crunch when it hits him in the head, and it's also the first time you see Leatherface.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
That's even more jarring. You're like, whoa, what the hell is that? But yeah, and that scared me. Even when I was little, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Bravo 100 Scariest Movies
Oh
of
yeah,
all
I love
time.
that.
Yeah.
Love
Like
that.
that's the very first thing of Texas Chainsaw Massacre I've ever seen, and that freaked me out, and still to this day freaks me out even when I watch it now. But yeah, the Texas
Kevin,
Chainsaw Massacre.
if you have, do you have Shudder?
I do not, but I've had it in the past.
Okay, because Shudder has the 101.
Oh, the 100. I did watch
they-
that.
So if you, because I love those, man.
Yeah.
I could watch those in the background all the time. Just have it
I think
on.
I think you may know a guy with a Shutter account.
Yeah.
And password. Let me know if you need a hookup.
All right, so the next one we have, it's the pane of glass splatter from Final Destination 2 and the Grant kill in Slither.
Yeah. If you asked me 2 hours ago, I would have said Grant and Slither, because I love Slither. I just love that scene. I think the effects are amazing in it, and it's all practical. And it's very cool. But we just watched that glass splat scene again, and that was great. That was great. So for me, again, this was one that I was just swayed as I sat here preparing for this. So for me, it's Final Destination 2.
Yeah, this one's easy for me just because I think it was on my list and the one I always think of behind another, kill scene in Final Destination 2. But, this kid is in the dentist's office and you think, okay, this is when he's going to die. No, this is when he's going to die. A toy drops in his mouth and you think he's going to choke. Nope. They're putting him under, the funny juice. And, and then he comes out and he goes running after the stupid birds while the other group is trying to stop him from doing anything because they had the vision of the birds.
And as a Final Destination, you just knew, like when he went running after the birds,
Oh yeah, it's
a
just
bus was
over.
going to hit him.
It was something was going to happen, but you already saw that they had the crane out there. And then when I saw it drop, when I watched that movie, I was like, "Fuck, that's terrible."
And it looked good.
And it was
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
And to
It
me,
breaks them down.
I'm
right?
sorry.
It breaks it down. the
I'm
body.
sorry that I have a lot of love for that one. So
That's a great scene.
Just one small thing, even in the editing, and as sadistic as this may sound, early on when I watched that movie, I must have paused it like 30 times to
Oh,
try
yeah.
to see with the editing when it hits him.
Yeah.
I could never find any
Yeah.
like mistake, or it just goes down.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
It
amazing.
It was well done. It
I
was
mean,
well done.
R.I.P. to that victim, like the other ones.
I
we
hate when it's
give
edited
moments.
on TV and they just like
Yeah.
go to the the group that was running towards
Slither's a
them.
cool movie though. Too.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, not that it matters, but as opposed to the tanning bed, this is in my top 10 kills of the franchise. So
Kevin?
Yeah, the classy.
Glass. Okay.
All right, we got the Bathe in Blood in Hostel 2, and the Wire and Bone Marrow in Saw X.
Yeah. This is another one that I was recently swayed to, even from last week. Bathe in Blood, Hostel 2 was the one that I brought. It was on my list. I love that scene. I think it's
Me too.
great.
I hate the movie, but that scene.
Yeah, scene is very cool. But fuck, man, just watching that wire bone marrow scene again from Saw X, and just I haven't seen that movie yet.
Yeah, same here. Just watching that
But
scene.
watching that scene, I'm just like salivating to watch that entire movie.
and that was the first trap.
That was one of the most brutal fucking scenes that I've seen in a bit, and it was fucking great and easily better than Hostel 2.
Yes. Whoever brought this to the table, Joe T. Kudos.
Yeah, and just, I mean, you guys won't get that experience, but when I saw it in the theater, and I've said it multiple times, the sound that you hear when she is sucking the bone marrow out of her leg, I've never heard anything like it in any horror movie I've ever seen in a movie theater. It was unreal.
Yeah. Dave?
It's unanimous.
Yeah. Kevin?
Yeah, bone marrow.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting close.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
I know,
that was
man,
our
that's
discussion.
fucked up.
That was the dessert. Her head getting just
Yeah.
Even
decapitated.
Jinx-
Jigsaw was like, damn, I wish you made it.
I think I was just talking about The Walking Dead and then the new series that started off with Rick, and in order to get away from this group, he cuts off his hand to get out of the trap. This cable he's tied to around his wrist, and he cuts off his hand to get away, just to get caught 2 minutes later. So sucks to be you, Rick.
Fuck Rick.
So we got next up the wire slice of a lot of fucking people in Ghost Ship. And we got the scalp, ball destroy, wishbone of Bone Tomahawk.
The Terrifier bedroom scene of Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah. I never saw Bone Tomahawk. I still haven't seen, but we watched that scene, and for me, that scene was pretty brutal. I like the ghost ship scene. I mean, I there's a lot of wire slices, right? That we've seen, and Ghost Ship was a decent movie, but brutality, Bone Tomahawk is my choice. That's just, I mean, they fucking ripped them in half.
That was brutal. But I went to go see Ghost Ship in the theaters. And when that happened in the beginning, I saw it opening weekend when it came out. The first part of the movie was the best part of the movie. The rest of the movie was meh. And everybody gasped in the theater and said, "Holy shit,"
Yeah.
when I was there. I've never seen a wire slice like that through a group. The only thing I saw maybe replicated, again, was like Walking Dead, where they had to drive on the separate sides of the highway to take out a large group of zombies. But that wire slice was like, it's like the drop, the pin drop.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of falling to the side, the guy's face like
And
on an
that girl-
angle, and he's dancing with her, and she missed the whole entire wire.
Yep.
But for me, I appreciate the Bone Tomahawk one after watching it. But Ghost Ship, I will vote on that just because I loved it, and that was on my list too. So
Yeah, I was definitely a big supporter of the Bone Tomahawk one, and I remember seeing Ghost Ship. I didn't like it, but that scene stuck with me for a very long time. I wish I could have seen it in theater. Like, I had already known about the scene before I watched the movie. But yeah, it's it's something that it's one of those where you just got to be there, and it sticks with you for a long time. So I'll go with that. But yeah, dude gets fucked up in Bone Tomahawk.
I'm gonna go Ghost Ship.
Kevin?
Yeah, Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship? Okay.
Great scene for a shit movie.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the tent split in Jason Goes to Hell against the chainsaw to the head of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Jason Goes to Hell. Do we all agree that's a good movie, or is that an underrated movie, or is that a... I used
that
to
a
like
serious
that movie.
question?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of...
I like
I
it a
used to
lot
like
more
it.
than it sounds like anybody.
Yeah, I used to really like that one when I watched it, and I haven't seen it in a while. But, anyways,
I still think it's better than Manhattan, and most people put.
I
most people put Goes
I
to
think
Hell
a
as
lot.
like the absolute
No,
worst of the whole
I
thing,
think
and I never thought that.
Hey, it brought us Freddy vs. Jason.
It took a while though.
It did. It did. So yeah, for me, I love the tent split scene in Jason Goes to Hell. But I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go. I remember going to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in the theater, and I remember waiting for it to come out on VHS, and I remember the video store had the big fucking like Breakfast Club.
Yep.
And I was so excited, man. I must have rewound that scene. Just everything with Stretch, as the DJ kind of talking and they're driving backwards and they're going and they're fucking dancing with the fucking was it the hitchhiker that he had, that the puppet? Who did he have?
I think it was. I forget exactly, but
I think it was Nubbins.
Well, Nubbins,
I think
yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, and then just fucking having the dude on the side like look over at his friend and he's just fucking shaking and his head is just fucking yeah. Great effects. I'm going Chainsaw Head TCM 2.
Yeah, this was a hard one for me because I really enjoyed the tent split, but this is one I think one of the ones I know I got stuck on to this point where I'm gonna go with the chainsaw to the head. Texas Chainsaw 2.
Tent split.
I got to go with Jason. I remember having that what the fuck moment in the theater, and then when I found out there was an unrated version of it, it was just so much better.
Yeah. All right, you're the tiebreaker, Kevin.
Tent split mainly. I think comes down to just the the practical effects of it, and also like the previous Friday movies before them were heavily edited because of the MPAA, and this is like back to form really. That kill with Goes to Hell, so I have to go with the 10 split.
Okay, yeah.
My man.
Thank
Damn.
God that got through because I saved what I wanted to say till later.
Let me yawn, dude.
All right, we got the next one. We got Laser to Pieces from Cube
Yeah.
and Eat Spinning Steel from Bad Taste.
Yeah. My winner here is, do we even fucking care? No, I'm just kidding. Just watched both of them, right? I never saw either one. So
Neither one are winning the whole thing.
yeah,
so.
I mean, I thought for comic relief and the fact that it's Peter Jackson, I'm gonna give a little love to Bad Taste. So I'll go Bad Taste.
I'm gonna go with Cube.
Yeah. I loved when Resident Evil did it a little bit later, but yeah, Cube was the originator for that one, and that dude got fucked up. So I'm definitely taking that one.
It's not bloody though.
No,
There's
but
no
it was
blood whatsoever.
different.
It's effective.
It's effective.
And
It's
and
like-
it is a great movie. I mean, we probably wouldn't have had Saul without it.
Yeah.
So
It reminds me of
true.
like a fucking Tetris game for some reason.
yeah, I got to go with Bad Taste just because that was my introduction to Peter Jackson, and just that scene always cracked me the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
I always loved that, and it was just a little tag at the end. He's like, "I'm born again."
Kevin.
I'm going Bad Taste for the absurdity, and also, I mean, actually, and what swayed me was this conversation. You were like, "Oh, they had this, but they did better in Resident Evil." Like, Bad Taste, no one else did that. So,
Yeah. And
This is
kudos
true.
to Peter Jackson, man. Who would have fucking thought that, Lord of the Rings and everything.
Yeah, I remember when
this
those movies
guy.
were coming out. I'm like, really, that guy?
Not
Yeah.
to go back on older stuff, but there's been way better shower scenes through the years. Just saying.
Touche. Touche.
I feel like this topic's going to be the next Skinamarink.
No, that will forever.
There's
But
shots fired every
we got
episode.
Anna flayed alive in Martyrs, and Shelley's death in the OG Evil Dead.
Yeah, two great ones. Two absolutely great ones. I don't know how far back we go with Anna. I mean, you know, I think she died. Yeah, I guess she dies at the end, right?
They didn't show her
didn't
die,
sh-
but you know she didn't make it through
she's
that.
not. And her whole journey from, you know, I still get angry at that fucking movie. Get out of the fucking house. What the fuck are you hanging out there? And get out of you did your thing. Stop living in the fucking people's houses. So I have a soft. I mean, I love Martyrs and Anna Flayed Alive, and I think that's a great scene. And I think her torture, that was a brutal movie to watch. But fucking Evil Dead, man, and the Shelley death, and just chopping her up, and it just. I remember that scene because I remember watching Evil Dead so much. I literally wore out 2 VHS tapes watching. I had to buy a third one. My parents had to buy me a third VHS. Literally wore it out watching that movie. And I remember because I remember watching it with my niece, and she was very young, and she was asking her mom why the girl was dancing. She was, why is she dancing on the floor? Because all of her body parts were like just kind of like twitching, you know. And so. It's nostalgia for me. I'm going Evil Dead.
Yeah, this was a hard one for me. I went with Martyrs. I just think that whole end scene with her going through that process of trying to get her on that tipping point.
Yeah.
Of that, you know, just kind of seeing her.
Yeah. Go either way.
Yeah, it was pretty wicked. And for that to be alive during that process. And for me, I love Evil Dead. I would have just gotten a tattoo of Evil Dead if I didn't love Evil Dead.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was some comic relief in there as well. But in Martyrs, Anna being flayed, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, I second everything he just said.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
I just think if Art was there, would have rubbed some salt on her face.
Get her to wake up.
Yeah.
Knowing him, he would have smeared some shit in it. He would have signed her back.
That's a hard one.
Like, everything's telling me Martyrs. Because I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I kind of like that movie.
Love that fucking movie.
The only reason I'm hesitating at all is because, again, you know she didn't survive that. But we didn't get an on-screen confirmed kill.
I thought the same thing, but then I was like,
but I don't want to vote against Martyrs. Just to keep it fair, I'm gonna have to go Evil Dead, just because of that one little glitch.
It's fair.
Yeah. Now, listen, could have went either way
Now,
with this.
That discussion was
Now-
had.
That's one of the ones overlooked. If Lucy was in this bracket, I would have gave her the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But just because Anna, like I said, just they didn't confirm she went out, even though you know it happened. I'm gonna have to go with Evil Dead.
Kevin, you're the tiebreaker again, my friend.
I will be going Martyrs.
Okay.
Yes, we don't know she's dead. People like we're gonna. Here's a flannel. Go out and have fun. After that, like no, she's gonna die. You know, like thanks for your time. You know, but
I mean, the skin could have came back, right?
I think it's also like I said.
Hey,
I mean, Frank and Julia made it a while.
But, you know,
feet or something.
it's also the same argument like it did with Saw 3 with the rack. You know, it's all that build up and what's that payoff of what this is supposed to happen.
I mean,
and it
she
pays
did
off.
transcend.
Yeah. Hey, I have no problem with Martyrs beating that.
I'm kind of thankful you said that because
Yeah.
I didn't want to vote against it, but yeah.
All right.
Speaking of Frank,
yes,
Yeah,
we
right.
got Frank getting ripped apart from Hellraiser, and we have Casey Becker's death in Scream.
Yeah, I mean, love Hellraiser. Love that scene. The whole Jesus wept, all of that. But we are talking about fucking Scream here. And we are talking about, again, when we talk about iconic scenes and opening scenes, that whole scene leading up to it, with her hanging there and her parents, just the tension, the effects, the everything, and it's fucking Drew Barrymore too. For me, this is an absolute no-brainer, and it's Casey Becker for Scream.
I kind of feel like you're brown nosing Joe T.
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, if you understood a trend that I have, I lean towards the iconic, right, and Scream. It changed the genre. I mean, it defined it. So I got to give it props.
No, and I get it. The Casey Becker Scream, iconic. She was gutted all right and hung.
She was.
they said you was hung, and they was.
I got you like a pig.
But for me, that the whole Hellraiser scene fucked with me when I was a kid. So that was the build up. That was what you wanted to see.
Yeah.
You know, the chains latched on.
And it helps
Frank,
that you got chains latched onto your own skin.
I
and your
do.
tattoos,
I do.
So.
But I'm going with Hellraiser. I'm sorry. The face pulled apart,
Oh yeah, great scene.
stretched to the point where it pulls apart to where it explodes,
Great scene.
and the Cenobites aren't fucking around.
No doubt, great scene.
So I'm going with Hellraiser.
I want to hear what Dave has to say.
Again, go-to was definitely Hellraiser, but actually a little more blatant than with Anna. Frank's in part 2. So he's not dead.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I'm going. I like everything in me wants it to be that because I always love that scene. And the first time I saw it, it freaked me the fuck out. But every rewatch, like, you can't not love that. But he's around in the sequel, so I feel like it wouldn't be fair to give that as a kill.
So you're going to Scream?
Yeah.
I do want to hear what Kevin was going to say. My vote was obvious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. You don't even have to speak on this one, Joe.
I mean, yeah, it's Scream. I mean that scene alone could just be its own little short movie, and I'll be fine with it. But yeah, no, it's just again iconic. It's genuinely upsetting if you really like. I know, like, with just the whole idea of the Scream franchise, you kind of like it's really disturbing if you watch, especially if it's like the first time.
Yeah.
But just everything leading up to it, to the ultimate kill, and I mean hearing her on the phone, her mom hearing her on the phone, like that's genuinely just upsetting and Scream.
there were so many subtle things about that scene. Like her boyfriend gets killed, and no one ever talks about it.
That's true.
And
That's true.
Fuck him.
Actually, caller ID
Prince?
became a huge thing after that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And besides the fact that it is a long, drawn-out scene, and the whole history of her wanting to be the opening kill and all that other stuff, it's amazing.
Not that no one really talked about it. Did it in the latest Scream movie? Didn't they have his jacket and everything and the chair on display?
That's true,
and,
but I mean, that's fan service. Like, come on.
I know, but it was there.
But
That's like having Stormtrooper
in general,
number 22.
we were never going to have the Steve death on this list,
I
ever.
know,
even though his whole
know,
insides
I
got
know.
taken out.
On to the next one.
Yes. We got the head explosion from Scanners and the acid overload of Saw 6.
I'm going to pass this one, and I'm going to go a little bit later on in this one. So I'm gonna pass this one to Danny C.
I'm going with Scanners. To me, that point of the build-up where he's kind of in his mind, ready for... And then the explosion itself. I love it. I mean, I just recently saw the Saw 6 Acid Overload, which was really good too. But I'm going to go with Scanners. That was just an awesome kill. That's like Jedi shit.
Yeah.
I had the acid overload on my list. That's the only reason why we even talked about it. But I truly forgot about it, in all honesty. Even when we watched the scene, I didn't even remember what was going on, to be honest. I remembered there was an acid kill through the history of Saw. That's all I remembered. The head explosion in Scanners, I didn't get to watch it when it first came out. I've seen it after hearing about it many times. It's phenomenal. And, yeah, this was no question to me.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like maybe you should just say what you want to say for another round or two.
Yeah, because I actually thought this was going to be a little bit...
No.
bit closer.
I mean, yeah. This one's... I mean, Dave can say what he...
Oh, wait. We might have something.
Now, you know what? To go back to the lawnmower debate, it's got to be Scanners because...
We're talking about Saw 6.
Yeah. So...
Kevin?
But that doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. We can talk about
Well,
it later.
see, I actually thought there was
I-
going to be a little bit more love. That's why I wanted to, wanted everybody else.
Just to branch off what he said, though. Just because it's the 5th movie in the history or the 7th, look at some of these kills we've already put through. 9th in the franchise, 10th in the franchise. That
That's
doesn't
just
matter.
more punchline to me.
Yeah.
That's just fun to say.
All right,
Kevin, you missed out on our conversation previous recording was Wrong Turn 5.
Yeah, and he was pissed he didn't make the bracket.
I only want to say just a couple of words on
Yes.
it, only because I kept deferring to other head explosion. For me, this is the best head explosion in any movie.
I think via head explosion. When people think of head explosions, they think of Scanners.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get to it a little bit later.
Okay. But for me, Scanners is even the way they filmed
Scanners?
it, right? Even the way they filmed it, right? I mean, you had a guy with a shotgun right behind the dummy and just blew his fucking head off. I mean, I can't tell you, like you said, editing. I can't tell you how many. I literally watched that scene, pausing every second to watch the face just
Yes.
scan. That is one of the most iconic kills, in my opinion, in horror.
One of the most iconic shotgun blasts.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
the next one we got Ben cut in half by the glass, and we got the head slice in Cannibal Ferox.
It's Michael Ironside too, for Christ's sakes, man. He's gonna be there. I want to talk to him about that. Fucking...
Yeah, he was at
Are you
Oaks,
really going to
too.
meet him this time?
Oh, I would love to meet him. I'm wearing my I'm gonna suck
Scanner
your
shirt?
brain dry scanner shirt. man.
Nice.
Where are we at here? Heads. Oh
So
yeah,
13 Ghosts
13
and-
Ghosts, man. I love 13 Ghosts, man. But fuck, we just watched Cannibal, and that head slice was intense, man. And it was just, they literally made him a monkey, right? I mean, that's what the tribe would do,
Yeah.
right? When they eat monkey brains, right? That's the process they go through, and putting him underneath that table, putting his head there, and then just slicing and feasting. I am a sucker for those type of movies, Cannibal Holocaust, Green Inferno, all of that. So I am going with the head slice.
So we got 2 slices we're voting on.
Yes,
I'm going for 13 Ghosts.
I am too.
Ferox.
Wow.
13
Ghosts.
13 Ghosts, okay.
All right, we got the log kills the cop in Final Destination 2, and we got the drifter suicide in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
love the remake. Give some props to TCM remake, and give some props to Jessica Biel as well and her getup. Oofa. For me,
She didn't make the bracket last year. Just saying.
yeah. Wow, why?
Cause she only was in that one.
I know,
Like-
but just for her fucking wardrobe alone.
Yeah, but we did have Lauren Lavera in it.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, true.
For me, Final Destination 2 is my favorite one of the franchise. That's why it's crazy that I didn't remember that Splat one. I love the opening scene. I talked about the opening scene,
Yes.
right? And when we first started talking about this. So for me, I just love everything about that log kills cop scene. I think it's great. I think it's done in other movies as well, but I got to give props to FD2.
I'm not getting into it with this. It's Final Destination 2 for me.
Yeah. I love the suicide in Texas Chainsaw. I brought it up, and the camera work on that was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I'm going to get into so far, because I know we'll talk about that one a bunch of times, is the only reason I didn't want that whole car crash scene clumped together, because I felt like it was going to bring that kill down. To me, even though the nail gun is my favorite kill of the franchise, that is the best kill of the franchise, and I don't think it's close.
Yeah. And again, mad props to the Drifter Suicide, because they harkened back to the Beyond. If anybody saw the Beyond, and you watched that little girl get the shotgun to the head, and daylight through a little girl's head.
That's why I was actually going with that one
Yeah.
with TCM.
And
it
the
matters.
final one of round one is Tina's death
Yep,
in
put her
Nightmare on
through.
Elm Street.
Did we get Kevin's thoughts on that?
I mean, it was Final Destination.
Okay.
And we got Cooked and Fed in Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I even put Kathleen in our intro too. Yeah, listen, I love Thanksgiving, and I love that scene, but we are talking about fucking Nightmare 1. And we are talking about Tina's death. And that scene,
Freddy's
that kill,
first kill.
that kill just stuck with me, man. That was something that I rewound time and time again. I love how they shot it, her on the walls, and then just dropping and pool of blood. Tina death, it's not even close.
Even repurposed the Lionel Richie set.
Hello?
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Oh, come on. I know it was Dancing on the Ceiling.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. I remember we put this on there. It's going up against Tina. And just to be drug up the wall, ripped apart. We
Even
had
that
no
first slice.
Yeah, the slice, the
The
rip,
blood coming out after that first slice was
being drug up and then dropped down onto the bed. Nobody knew what Freddy was about to deliver in that movie, and I'm always going to be going Nightmare 1 on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Thanksgiving.
I ain't voting against Tina, so
I didn't expect Thanksgiving to win, but
Kevin.
Nightmare.
Okay.
To be honest, I think I might have. I'd like the cooked and fed. It's crazy ass shit that would happen. You get your wife is cooked and then fed, but the dumpster scene kind of. I don't know. I kind of had.
I had a lot more fun with that one.
I mean, you're not gonna have a Thanksgiving movie not cook somebody though,
All right. Hey, we're
Round one.
Round one. Keep your
Yeah.
hands up. Protect yourself at all times.
2 hours in, and we're ready for round
I
2.
know. I'm going to be home at 2 a.m. today. Well, like I said, I think these are going to
no,
go a
because
little
there's
bit
less
quicker.
matchups for the rest of the bracket than there is for the first round.
Yeah. And we've talked about them, to
Yeah.
Kevin's point. We've discussed them, right? So
So here we are. We got Liquid Nitrogen from Jason X
it gets fucking hard.
and Mask Kills the Boy in Halloween 3.
Damn. You got Jason X going up against, again, not Psycho, but Halloween 3, so it makes it very tough for me. What did I put here? I got to stick with what I put here. Yeah. All right, so
Neither one of them made it on your.
I'm gonna stick with tried and true, man. I'm gonna continue and roll with the child getting ravaged by the little pin on his pumpkin mask. I'm going Season of the Witch.
I'm gonna go with Jason X.
Liquid nitrogen.
Gotta go Halloween.
It's tough, but I think I'm gonna go Jason X. Just rap brutal, and Kane Hodder sells it. And...
Eventually, one day, John, you'll be able to eliminate that one. All right, the next one we got the Norris chess scene from The Thing, and the basketball from
I want
Deadly
it
Friend.
fucking out. All right, so where are we at here?
We got the Norris chess
yeah.
scene and Deadly Friend.
Yeah, just carry on. The Thing.
Yeah, I'm going with The Thing just because when I look at exploding heads in this bracket, I had a hard choice to make, and then I looked at what was a better one, and it was in the bracket. So, and this is no brainer. It's going up against The Thing. I'm going with The Thing.
I agree.
How funny would it have been though, if what started off as a joke like a couple months ago, and this whole thing came down to Deadly Friend and Scanners?
Yeah, right.
We would have to watch them side by side.
We were saying that's where it might end up.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's Kevin. Yeah.
All right, we got Welcome to Primetime, Bitch,
Fuck.
and we got the Dance Practice of Suspiria.
Oh, okay. I thought this was Marinette. No. This one is
Not even close.
It's not even close. Dance Practice for me.
I'm going to go with Suspiria as well, the remake.
It's a clean sweep. I
Yep.
think I know what Dave's going.
All right. Look, we're moving. We're moving. What movie?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I mean the way you said it,
We're moving. We're moving.
the way you said it, I just keep
Cool
picturing
Runnings?
Sandler.
No. What? What'd you say? You don't remember fucking Trading Places when beef jerky time? And then
I don't
he's like,
remember
when
the
the train
moving.
starts moving,
Yeah.
he's like, we're moving. We're moving.
Merry New Year.
Beef jerky time. What the
got-
Swedish meatballs? All right, sorry about that.
We got the Chest Buster in Alien.
Oh,
And the
fuck.
hacksaw of Terrifier.
No. Oh, God, that just happened.
We ain't going to be talking as much about these, but we're going to be thinking a lot more.
Yeah, this one is very, very fucking hard for me. Very hard because of all the reasons that we talked about. However, as much as I love Alien and as much as I think it's iconic, the chest burster, I have to go Terrifier here, and I have to go Art the Clown.
I echo that.
But
No. I guess I don't give Alien as much love as I probably should. I probably got to go back and watch all my Blu-rays again, but just Art the Clown, at that moment said, "All right, that was the scene that was like, all right,
he ain't
this
fucking around.
this guy's a fucking icon," and that was it. And as everybody's face that was in the room when I was watching it said the same exact thing. Oh no, he didn't. He's not going to. Yes, he did.
And he continues to do it. And he's still doing. Oh, what time is? Yep, still doing it.
Yeah, it's Terrifier.
I mean, you all know how much I love me some art, but I was actually voting for Alien.
Kevin?
This is the chest buster from Spaceballs, right? I was gonna go chest.
Not again.
I was gonna go chest buster mainly. They're both very good, but ultimately, like again with Alien, it was more of a shock and the way they did it. Where like art, it's like okay, like he does build up to it. You know it's coming, and I know you're not gonna do it, but like I mean, that alien comes at you
Yeah.
and like out of nowhere
Yeah.
and the coughing and everything. It's
And that's the scene where I knew I was an art fan. But
Yeah.
I can't go against Alien. But
That was hard for me because I'm a big Alien fan and I love that scene. But that watching Terrifier and seeing that scene the first time was just like, that was the ultimate what the fuck scene. Because you never really saw that shown like that. So yeah, that was.
he
tough
saw
one,
that.
though. Yeah.
One day, if we ever get a chance to talk to Damien Leone again, I'm gonna ask him if he saw Bone Tomahawk. Because to me, not saying he stole it by any means, I feel like that's where he got
It's
the
possible.
idea. And many of these,
It's
yes,
possible,
it's
yeah.
not to downplay the scene by any means, but I feel like he had to have seen.
It's possible.
Just keep on chewing.
All right, let's go to the next one.
My throat is.
The marionette
Yeah, you
scene
don't feel good.
in Dream Warriors and Lil Georgie in It Chapter 1.
Wow. This is ooh.
It's getting hard now. I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
That's
Yeah,
what she said.
That's kind of what your paper said, too.
You're excited.
This is where you kind of gave up.
I gotta stay with Georgie here on this one. As much as I love the marionette scene, and it is one of my faves in the Nightmare franchise, that Georgie scene is just near and dear to my heart. So I'm gonna stick with it. Chapter 1.
Hey, Danny, are you my pal?
Joe, I'm gonna go past to you. Come back to me.
Ooh,
This is hard. For
The marionette.
Dream Warriors.
It's already back to you. Sorry.
Yeah, Kevin?
I was gonna go marionette.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but we still want Danny Shee's opinion.
I love both of those scenes. Marionette. Yeah. Doesn't matter at this point, but at the same time, it was. I didn't want to decide it.
All right, we got the axe to the face from When Evil Lurks and the Savini shotgun from Maniac.
Wow. This is a fucking tough one.
These are all gonna be tough.
Yeah, they're all going to be tough, and as we get further, I'm going to not want to play this anymore. This is going to be very hard.
How about?
Suck it up,
however-
Buttercup.
All right, fine.
I am going, what?
I was going to say, if you want, I'll initiate the assholery. I'm
Go ahead.
I'm
Yeah,
going with the
I
axe.
pass it. I'll pass it to you. Go
I'm
ahead.
going with the axe.
Yeah. I think I'm there too. I just never saw that before. I seen a head explosion before, but the axe to the face was just.
And
was
it
the
is
first
fun
time.
watching Savini die.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm sticking with When Evil Lurks. I'm taking them to the next round.
So what I'm going to say is, in the last match, I picked the Ortega shotgun, and these are two that were both on my list easy. The thing is, if Ortega would have went through, I probably would have taken the Sabini shotgun over that one. But the axe to the face to me is better than all three of them. And it's, like I said, it stuck with me. To me, this one's easy. I love the shot. Like, that one was brutal, but yeah, the axe to the face is on another level.
Axe to the face.
All right, we got the cockroach from Nightmare 4 and the chainsaw ending from the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah, this is not a competition to me at all. Jane Levy, step up to the plate.
Yeah.
I'm already there.
100%.
Love
Yep.
it.
Clean sweep. We got Rhodes from Day of the Dead and Off with the Head from
Charlie?
Hereditary.
Charlie, move right along.
Yeah, this is another
Not
one
even
that's
close.
not even close. It's, I think it's
Hereditary, Charlie.
yeah.
Yes, that noise. And one thing just to talk about that one real quick. When you seen all the trailers, they heavily focused on her. So that was another surprise
Yeah.
when she gets killed.
Yeah. See, that's a smart way to market the movie,
100%.
right? Nowadays.
Yeah, you thought it was going
Like
to be
Casey
a possessed
Becker.
child
Yeah.
movie.
Nowadays, you saw like you don't even have to go see the movie. You watch the trailer and you see the whole fucking movie, and it's ridiculous what they do. All right.
We got the bedroom scene from Terrifier 2 and the splinter in the eye from Zombie 2.
Oh, man. Fuck. Because the zombie is just like, that's like nostalgia for me. Oh, shit.
I actually just changed my mind in the last 30 seconds. It went from a no-brainer to a complete 180.
I'm going to stay with zombie here. And I'm going to stay with the splinter in the eye. And again, I love art and I love all his kills and what he stands for. But that zombie splinter in the eye, that was the splinter heard around the world, man, when that shit came out. That was just Fulci at his best. So I'm sticking with zombie.
I'm already looking ahead, but and I don't think it matters.
That head was the last one.
I'm going with T2. Terrifier 2, bedroom scene.
Yeah, to me, she got stabbed in the eye, and then 19 other things happened to her. So to me,
She
this
got
ain't
sliced in the eye. Show some respect.
This isn't even close to me. It's this. You have one of the best kills in the last 20 years or so. The other one's all right.
It's all right.
We got to go to Kevin.
Fucking Terrifier is the ultimate eye candy for any slasher fan. But every time I watch Zombie,
You fucking cringe.
you feel
Exactly.
every second. Even before it
Exactly.
touches her, you feel it.
Amen.
And I
Amen.
feel like it got more, as far as watching a horror movie, you got, like I said, you felt it. You walked away like, oh,
when
Jesus,
I'm
I
watching
hope
the
that never-"
bedroom scene, I'm like, yeah, right, you know, fucking cutting her up. Yeah. But I'm like,
And yet there's other ones
I'm watching that stick get close.
and
cringe-
again, like
cringe-inducing.
there's other ones I would vote for just because, yeah, it's a fun watch, or again, like the eye candy to a slasher fan. But yeah, the feeling you get from watching that shit happen, and you don't see a lot, but you feel it.
Yeah, it's drawn out, and it's just a view of it getting closer, and you're waiting for it to penetrate, man. That's it. It's the build up too.
Because I can't even put in fucking context. So
You just called Art the Clown cringe-inducing?
No,
wait, who did?
no, I called zombie stick to the eye cringe inducing. Not Art the Clown. He's fucking fun.
So
I want to hang out
You
with
remember
Art.
the scene, Joe? You know the zombie scene?
yeah,
When you're watching that stick coming, aren't you like, oh, you just, and any
Yes.
eye trauma for me is fucking, oh,
Yeah.
God.
what do you think, Kevin?
Just really hoping they get down to this one.
Are we like, are you the tiebreaker? Is
Yes,
this
I'm the tiebreaker.
Okay, wow. Kevin, this
Time
is
to pay your dues, boy.
Kevin, welcome to the podcast.
So, sometimes, and especially in this case, for me, is simple is good, and I am gonna go with zombie. If it comes down to what's stuck in my head more, it was the zombie eye, and
It's stuck in her head too.
and I might even piss off the whole room here. I think Terrifier is a fine movie. I don't think it's the masterpiece I think that you guys are on that level with, but I have very different tastes, obviously.
Yeah.
But I do I like simplistic things, and I think when it goes a little bit too much and they're sticking everything to the wall, for me, that's not my kind of thing. So I would actually go with zombie, and that's what stuck with me. And again, I've never been torn apart and put bleach and salt on me, but I have got something in my eye before, and it sucks. So I can relate to that more.
Okay.
Although after what I just said, you
Respect to all the opinions, but how the movie is doesn't matter. Again, we called this the best kill.
Yeah. Yeah. But Joe, for some, that was a better kill for us. I mean, it's just opinion.
No.
man.
I agree. I
it's-
said
Oh, no, I'm talking about the kill scene. I
I'm just
the
talking
scene
in
was too
general.
much.
Like we've said it about like Wrong Turn 5 was joked because it was the 5th Wrong Turn movie. That doesn't matter
No, they did movies.
in when you're talking about a kill.
It's the kill. It's the kill. It's the kill. And listen, I know the Terrifier bedroom scene is glorifying gory, and it's balls to the wall, and it's but you watch it, and I can watch it, right? And it's just great effects for me. When I watch the splinter in the eye, it does something to me.
No, I got
Because
you.
it's
I got you.
it's just eye trauma just fucks with me.
So we got the head and jaw rip from Hatchet against the bread slicer from Fear Street 1994.
Yeah. I'm sticking with my boy Victor, man. Kane Hodder. I'm staying with Hatchet. That head jaw rip scene is just one of a kind, man. I loved it.
I'm going with Hatchet too.
Yeah, I love the bread slicer, but we're
Yeah.
going with Hatchet.
Well, thank you guys, because this was my first real Sophie's choice in this round. Because I love them both, but yeah, Victor needs some love.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah,
Hatchet. Yeah.
We got the hammer from the OG Texas Chainsaw
Ooh.
and the glass splatter of Final Destination 2.
Fuck. This one's hard, man. I'm gonna can I fucking phone a friend? No. I'm gonna pass
he's
on
here
this one.
tonight.
I need to pass on this one. I need to think about this one a little bit more, because 3 hours ago I would have said Texas Chainsaw, but when I watched that scene again, the splat, it's fucking fantastic. This one's tough for me. I'm gonna defer to Danny C. And put the pressure on you.
I like the Final Destination 2 glass splat.
I agree.
This is tough, man. This one's fucking hard.
Because again, I think they're both perfect kills
Yeah,
in very different ways.
yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with you.
And I was even going to say, like Danny was mentioning earlier about Final Destination, with the glass scene. It's like, he's going to die in the dentist office. Like, you knew that's how it was going out. So when that didn't happen, it was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
But you get the same shock factor. I'm going to have to go with Texas Chainsaw. It kills me because like I said, I love them equally for very different reasons. So, yeah, I'm going to give it to Leatherface.
Kevin.
No, it's you.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you still didn't get yours.
all right.
We got to figure out if this is a tiebreaker.
That's right. Oh, fuck, man. I should have just stayed with and just said it, man. I should have I am really... I mean, it's a flip of a coin for me. It really is a flip of a coin for me. Fuck.
No, we're not allowed here.
I have to. I have
Harris
to.
is already out of this one.
I have to. It's Leatherface, man. It's his first kill. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the shock value. It's the rawness. I have to go Texas Chainsaw, and I don't want to, because I love that fucking glass splat scene. And like I said, Final Destination 2 is my favorite out of all of them. But it's just up against Leatherface's intro into the world of horror, man, and that's a tough sell.
And it's a brutal kill
brutal
with no
kill.
blood.
It's a brutal
Or no
kill.
shown blood.
It's a the twitching, and the door slamming. For some reason, whenever people talk about or they give you snippets of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what is the one scene you see? It's that fucking door slamming shut.
It's the exclamation point of the kill.
That's a perfect analogy! Exclamation point. That was tough for me, man. So Kevin,
And didn't
I'm
they say
sorry,
Gunner
dude.
kind of? Did Gunner improv that too? Like the slamming of the door, or was that part of it? I might be thinking of something else.
I don't know.
But I thought that was a little something. I thought I heard somewhere
It's
that he
possible.
like threw that in.
It's
I guess just in the
possible.
heat of the moment.
I feel bad. I keep putting Kevin on the spot here. So you're.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, no, we love it, man. We love that you're here, man. Take us home.
I
On
do.
this one.
I do love the glass scene, but I mean that man he literally gets slaughtered like in a slaughterhouse, and it's again brutal. Every sound of that scene just sticks with you, and you really watched a man become livestock,
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
and they are eating him because they're cannibals. So
And
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
they
what?
are.
Yeah, like hearing you say that, yeah, it does remind me. Like, yeah, he suffered. That kid didn't feel a thing.
Oh no,
Final Destination.
Yeah,
He didn't.
All he felt was that turd coming out of his pants a split second
dude,
before.
I mean, kudos to the effects in FD2, man. That was fucking. I may have to do what Joe did, and I have to pause that scene and just watch it as
Frame
it
by
goes
frame.
down. Yeah.
We got the wire and bone marrow from Saw X against the wire slice from Ghost Ship.
Isn't that weird how that lined up?
Wow, look at that, man. Look at that. This is a no-brainer for me, and I am salivating and continue to salivate to watch Saw X. That fucking bone marrow scene was intense. That's my easy choice.
Yeah, even though I like how it's easy for me to decide, wire here, wire there.
Wire everywhere.
I do like Ghost Ship, that beginning part, because like I said, that was a no shit moment. But I'm gonna go with Saw X.
Yeah, me too.
It was no ship moment.
It was a no ship. The movie sucked, but
So yeah, got to go with the leg.
Kevin?
Saw X. It's just a more elevated version of the Ghost Ship, the wire cut.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right.
All right, we got the tent split from Jason Goes to Hell, and we got Eat Spinning Steel from Bad Taste.
Which I'm sorry, I screwed it up when I submitted it. It was Suck My Spinning Steel.
Suck my spinning
All right,
steel.
same. Suck my spinning steel.
Yeah.
I fucked that one up. I'm sorry.
I'm going to my boy Jason on this one. So for me, it's
Finally showing Jason some love.
showing
It
Jason
took a
some
while.
love.
Jesus.
It took a while. That's who he's up against. But yeah, the 10 split easily over Bad Taste.
I'm going with Mr. Voorhees. 10 split.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I always watched these kind of movies, but the one thing I loved about watching that scene a million times
The titties.
was boobies.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then someone just getting fucking destroyed. It was the best of both worlds right there.
Well,
You really thought she was going to get the cum before she went.
But the best part is, most times in Friday, any of those, they always say, you have sex, you're going to die. They were literally in the middle of it, and she just gets destroyed.
Well, I told you that story where, like, when I was a kid and we would watch horror movies, and my mom used to crochet a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And she crocheted the blanket. And every time, John, cover your eyes, I never missed a fucking scene. I'm sorry, Mom. I saw every tit imaginable because you crocheted with big fucking holes in it. I put that thing to my face. I watched everything. Dave, you're...
Hey, Mrs. C, did you hear what your boys did?
Oh!
I miss Mom. God rest her soul. I miss Mom.
All right, we get
So wait, where? Oh yeah, Jason. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
we get Anna flayed alive from Martyrs, and we got Casey Becker from Scream.
Holy shit. I love you, Anna. I really do.
She didn't die.
Listen, I'm going to continue with...
And she was kind of asking for it.
Yeah. Get out of the fucking house. Yeah,
It would have been a way
listen,
shorter movie.
I got to stay consistent with iconic, man. It's Scream for me. It's Scream for me.
Yeah.
Scream for you, Dave?
Again, I hate going against my movie, but yeah, Casey was a way better kill.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Scream, and thank you, Joe, for your in-depth detail about that
Yes.
previously. So, I still would have went with Hellraiser, but in this case, I'm going to go with Casey Becker and Scream.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I mean, Frank didn't die either.
Yeah, Scream.
You Scream? Okay.
I mean, I promise I didn't set this up to where
I was
she
just-
keeps facing people that didn't die.
I was going to say, how funny would that have been if you know, that round came down to like Frank and Anna.
Yeah, because they totally died in the tent. So we got the head explosion from Scanners, and the guy gets glassed in half from 13 Ghosts.
Dal Revick. Scanners. Easy.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I didn't, I kind of saw this when I was first looking at the bracket, and I figured it was going to come down to this, and I'm going to go with Scanners.
Same.
Yep.
You there, Kevin?
Yeah.
I'm always going to get your opinion.
It's the head explosion.
It's the head explosion.
So we got
That's right.
the log kills the cop in Final Destination 2, and Tina's
fuck.
death in Nightmare 1.
Oh, fuck.
That-
Someone else start.
Tina.
I'm not starting this one.
Hold on.
Tina.
Timeout.
No, I already
you
voted,
said
Tina.
the best head explosion. So when the cop gets killed, what part of him dies?
That's a head
Is it-
crush.
Yeah,
Is it
I don't
just his head?
see I don't see the log as a head explosion. I don't view that the same.
I agree. He gets totally destroyed.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was unexpected as well. Yes, he's driving by. Like, you don't expect that to happen. The
Yeah.
guy on the motorcycle, flames, all the other stuff is kind of, that is just out of, he drops the coffee, and then he's done.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
To me, there are multiple deaths in the Nightmare franchise better than this one. And we're only picking it, and that's why purposely I voted for Thanksgiving in the first round. I like the kill. It is creepy, but we're voting on it on nostalgia. And I get it, but come on. Like,
You're going Final Destination 2.
100%.
Yeah. And that's so I just thought that same logic, Joe, that I don't even think I feel like is there a better death in the franchise when it comes to that? And I had to compare the two. Final Destination 2, it's the always one I go to. Yes, I think that's number 1. So I'm gonna go Final Destination 2.
I love Final Destination 2. And I love that scene. And I love Tina's death. But I think that I am going to agree with you guys. And I think I'm going to go FD2 here. And it pains me to do that because I love that Tina death scene.
I love it too.
But I love that opening scene of Final Destination 2. Everything about it I love. I still don't drive behind.
I was just going to
fucking
ask you that.
trucks.
Do you drive behind?
Don't say that yet. Save that. I'm going to talk about that in a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you guys, Dave? Kevin?
He voted right off the bat.
Oh, you did?
Tina.
Yeah, I was all Tina.
You were Tina?
Now I'm Final Destination.
Final Destination. Okay. You're the
Now
lone.
we are the Sweet 16. Now
Yeah.
this is really tough.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going.
All right, we got the liquid nitrogen of
This
Jason
fucker's
X
still here,
and the
man.
Norris chest scene of the
No champ. Sorry, Jason X. You need to go back to fucking space. You don't hold a candle to Norris, my friend.
What are you talking
Enough
about?
said.
He just landed on Earth too.
I don't know where he's at, but he doesn't. He's not in Antarctica, and he's not with Norris on that table. I am going to Thing all day, every fucking day.
Yeah, I'm going to go Thing.
Jason X.
You know what? I'm going back to the same logic of, as far as enjoyment, definitely Jason. But yeah, that chess scene stuck with me.
the chest scene, the head scene, the spider. I mean, there's multiple things going on in that kill scene.
He's just trying to save him, and then all of a sudden just.
And each effect is fucking better than the. I mean, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? With the spider fucking. Kevin.
I actually think I probably would have went with the nitrogen. Just again, like I said, I'm something simplistic, you know.
Yeah.
I also
What you
I
saying
kind of
that-
forget who dies in that scene of the thing because I know there's a bunch of thing stuff, but who's the one that actually dies?
The guy has the heart attack. They're trying to revive him. He
But
dies
he's the-
on the operating table.
But he's the thing, so right? His body opens and he puts his arms in. He's already the thing, so he was already dead at another time.
Thank you for that, Kevin.
That's true, but the thing takes over your body. You're still
He's convinced
alive.
me. Give me my buck back.
Wait.
No.
You're still alive.
No.
So let's
I like that, though.
let's look at a
I know someone
possession, right?
dies in that scene. I
I
can't remember
the
who.
devil takes over Reagan's body, right? The thing takes over your body. She's still alive. She's still fucking moving.
If anything,
right?
the defibrillator.
Now I don't know if the thing can come out of you the same way that the devil can with an exorcism, but it's the thing. It's the practical effect. There is no movie.
It's not best movie.
What's that?
This.
I realize that. I realize that. But if you're gonna show me, if you're gonna give me effects, practical effects involved in a kill, and as much as that scene has gone, I mean, think about it for a second. The chest, the biting of it becomes a mouth. The biting of the arms off. The thing that comes out and fucking with the tentacles against the ceiling. The head. I mean, yeah. My opinion, and solely my opinion. But I'm hard pressed for the thing.
We got the dance practice
Okay,
from
hard.
Suspiria, and the hacksaw kill from Terrifier.
Oof.
Oh fuck, man. I don't like this game anymore.
It's toying with your emotions.
It is. And oh fuck, man. I mean, Art might have met his fucking match here, and I'm kind of nervous for him.
Just a few more votes, and it's going to start getting hard. The vote.
I have to go. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I have to go to dance. For brutality and wickedness and what the fuck. I have to go the dance practice scene. I'm sorry, Art the Clown. I am very sorry. I love that hacksaw scene, but that dance scene, when I watched it the other day, it was like, oh my God, the brutality of that scene.
But not just that. You don't expect it
Exactly.
when it happens, when it starts happening.
Good point.
Like, you kind of already know going into Terrifier. Like, oh, did he just go there and do that? Oh, wow, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, no, that hacksaw, you didn't really think visually it was going to go there.
I didn't think it was going to go there. Absolutely, I didn't think.
No.
But then,
What do
You knew something was going to happen with her
I didn't-
hanging upside
to be
down.
honest with
was I
you?
surprised he was going to do that? He did that. No, the fact that they
showed it.
the
Yeah,
whole
that's the
thing.
thing.
that's the thing, is that they showed it.
Yeah, agreed.
They cut away at first.
And again, to the point where Thornton, like, he said he was uncomfortable shooting that. So, of course, then Damien came around for part 2 and said, hold my beer. I'm going to make you more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to go with Art, just so I'm not the final vote on this, because I don't want either one of them to lose.
Yeah.
I'm going with Suspiria, and it's not even close.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
dance practice scene was
So-
fucking intense.
So I'm going to go with Suspiria too, just because I didn't anticipate that, what was about to happen, and how long that scene went on.
Yeah, 30 seconds in, it was enough. Like, okay, yeah, we don't need this anymore. And no, she just kept contorting.
Kevin?
I'm okay.
Yeah, Suspiria.
I'm not even mad.
No, but it wasn't easy.
Nah.
None of these are now.
Ooh.
Next, we got the marionette kill from Dream Warriors against the axe to the face when evil lurks.
Oh, Lord, give me strength.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Marionette.
Axe to the face.
Axe to the face. Was that a word?
Oofa.
Sounded like axe to me.
Barata,
Necktie.
Klaatu, Barata. Fuck.
Yeah, these are hard. These are
While
hard.
you're still thinking, the only thing I say against the marionette is I love Nightmare. I love Freddy. Some of his stuff is just. I prefer the realism and the brutality
Yeah.
in a kill.
It's a little comical.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I get it.
but
And-
it's still
and that was his
nuts.
first-
It's still nuts.
And that was his first creative kill.
Yeah, that one's nuts.
Yeah.
Before that,
a
it
great
was
kill.
just flat out like just slashing apart. But you know what? It did fuck me up a bit as a kid. So I think I'm going to go with that, with Dream Warriors.
Ooh, Kevin.
It's your turn.
Kevin.
I gotta give points to originality with the marionette. Just you know,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah. Could have went either way, man. They're both great.
Yeah, Dream
It-
Warriors fucked me up as a kid. That axe scene fucked me up as an adult.
I think we're at a point where like, oofa.
Hold on, he
Whoever
just
wins.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
We're
we
at
don't
that
even
point
care.
where it's like I could see either or
he
winning.
jumped
so.
off a building. That was kind of lame. Just saying. No, I know. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
He didn't jump. It was his.
yeah, that's true.
I
his
love it, but I'm
strings
with
were-
you. I mean, the axe to the face was something that
Yeah,
you just
that
don't
had my
see.
jaw
that
on the
was,
floor.
That was brutal.
The chainsaw ending from Evil Dead remake.
Holy shit!
And off with the head.
This
from
could be a
Hereditary.
championship, right? This could be the finale right here. If these two could, I mean, I could see both of them ending up.
I'm sticking with Charlie.
100% Hereditary.
Yeah,
I gotta go with Charlie. I gotta go with
Yeah.
Hereditary. I got it. As much as I love Evil Dead and that and everything, but that
Jane. I love it. The blood, the light,
of
the
it.
background.
Again, perfect eye candy.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
scene.
That scene
but,
is amazing.
But Hereditary, I think we're all.
But again, that
You're right.
Yeah.
that scene just fucks with you, and then it makes you really, really uncomfortable.
We got the splinter in the eye from Zombie 2 and the head jaw rip from Hatchet. I'm going to go with Hatchet.
This is where I say so long to Lucio Fulci's Zombie. As much as I love it, I love the Hatchet jaw rip more. As much as for everything that I said before, and I knew it was going to come to this when they both.
I was looking at that.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the Terrifier 2 and the splinter to the eye, I already saw what was going up against, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I already know.
To
Doesn't
me,
really
it has
matter.
to be. I love, again, you heard me say what I had to say about Zombie, and for all those reasons. But Hatchet, man, that jaw rip was just like, you know,
Nuts.
when I first watched it and just seeing that, it was a kill I've never seen before, and it was just like, it was amazing.
So,
Yeah,
up next-
I'm not going to
Kevin?
vote against it.
You good? Yeah, okay.
So we got the hammer from Texas Chainsaw, the OG.
Oh, shit.
And we got the bone marrow from Saw X. I want to start this one off.
Yeah, because I'm going to go
Really
to the
quick.
bathroom. You guys start. I'll be right back.
So the one thing I do want to say when it comes to that, I want to give it how we've given nostalgia extra points for some of the older ones that have gone around. I want to give credit to that one for being the 10th in the franchise and to be innovative to the point of doing something that was so unreal that I had never seen before. I mean, I get the whole wiring your leg off and wires and all that, but sucking the bone marrow out of your leg is just fucking sadistic.
That's
And
what
the
really
sound
pushed-
quality in I can't say that enough. Like, to me, I'm gonna find it very hard for something to beat that, because in 2023 to do something different is pretty unreal.
I was squirming at the beginning when she was given the wire. And that was pretty intense.
She got the rules, and you were already uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think I had to turn my head a little bit because I felt it.
But yeah, as fucked as that is, when it got to the point where she had a and fucking shove that shit. Forget stabbing your leg, because at that point, who gives a shit? But then now you're shoving shit in your bone.
I would never off of my head. I'm sorry, off of my head. And they went there, and it was really intense, and it wasn't comical at any point whatsoever. I am definitely going with Saul X. I'm sorry, Leatherface.
What I walk into.
The new studio. How do you like it?
I love it. Am I?
You know what?
Where are we at?
Oh,
we're still going.
We got 2 to Saul X.
2 to Saw X. Okay. Who saw X?
You know what? Based on my theater experience and reactions I saw during that scene, I think I'm going to go with Saul.
Kevin?
As much as I do love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I love that scene, when it gets down to the kill, yeah, it's Saul X.
Yeah. I'm in agreement. As much as I love Leatherface and all that, for all those reasons.
All right. Me personally, I mean, this is tough. The 10 split from Jason Goes to Hell and the Casey Becker kill and scream. I'm not going first.
Yeah, I again.
She did have hard nips, though, Casey.
Of course.
Acid Tatum.
I gave Jason his love last one, and now I'm gonna fucking take it back. I'm sticking with Casey Becker and Scream here.
To me, I'll go. I got to go with the 10 split. To me, that
Wow, Joe. That's
when
surprising.
we talked about this bracket,
Wow, boobies did that much for
no,
you.
no. When we talked about this bracket, that was the very first kill that came to my head.
Okay.
I hated that movie, big time. Like, I actually
You didn't like the homoerotic shaving scene?
No, I enjoyed Takes Manhattan when I was a kid, and then as I watched it when I got older, I realized it was terrible. But I don't know. There's something about that kill that is just. Even when he picks up the sign, like in the woods, I still had no idea what he was about to do. Like, it was awesome.
You figured it was going to be a stab or a beating.
Yeah, no, it went way worse.
I feel like I had more of a holy shit moment, with Jason.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would go with Jason.
Kevin?
I would have went with Scream. Mainly, again, it comes down to just the drawn out of it. Not only toying with her, but then she gets stabbed, she gets gutted, she gets hung.
Yeah.
All that, and then burning Jiffy Pop, insult to injury.
Fuck Jiffy Pop. See that?
Was she gonna put butter on it though?
That was the rough part of this decision was, he psychologically tortured her and then physically tortured her.
Yeah.
So we got the head explosion from Scanners and the log kills the cop in Final Destination 2.
I'll go first here.
All right, which head go boom?
Yeah. Like I said before, I view them differently. I'm rolling with Scanners, with the head explosion. To me, it's iconic. To me, it's a great effect. And the lead up to it.
Yeah.
The lead up to it, right? Where he's, the dude has no idea that he's going up against someone with those type of powers, and he thinks that he's got shit under control, and he soon fucking realizes that you cannot. This guy's way too powerful, and you're in trouble. Scanners.
These are really good Can we just say that? I'm going with Final Destination 2.
Even though earlier, like when we had our very first episode, I believe it was, and we talked about how no one really drives behind, people that have stuff on there, and I don't even want to bring that into the reasoning why I would pick that. I just feel like actually I'm going to go with the head explosion from Scanners because I wasn't around then to see it when it came out, but I've always heard about it until I finally went out of my way to watch it. I love the kill of the cop, but yeah, I'm just going to go with Scanners.
Dave?
Scanners. Sorry. Scanners.
Scanners. Kevin?
You don't have to ask him.
Yeah, same thing. Like I said, like with Scream, just the build up and like it's for me, it's like really think about what that guy's going through before his head explodes. Like I'm sure it doesn't feel great.
No, it's painful for sure.
Now we're down to the final 8. We got the Norris chess scene from The Thing, and we got the dance practice from Suspiria. I do want to start this one off.
Go ahead.
Because I had never seen the remake to Suspiria. And it actually made the bracket because it was on, I believe, Dave's list. And then
And
then
we were talking at work, and
Danny
I was like,
mentioned
oh yeah.
it. So then I put it onto the bracket because 2 guys had officially had it. And then when I watched it, I can't even put into words how I felt. It was one of the craziest scenes in a movie I've ever seen.
Did it require tissue?
No.
Obviously, you didn't watch the end of the movie then.
No. But to me, it's dance practice from Suspiria.
So, JC.
Yeah, listen. This is an extremely difficult one. Extremely difficult because I absolutely love.
They are all difficult at this
I
point.
know. I absolutely love both scenes, but I just have a soft spot for Carpenter, and I have a soft spot for that entire scene of The Thing. And maybe it's the practical effects. Maybe it's just everything about that. See, you've never seen that done before. And you probably will never see it done again as good.
Especially
as that
not
scene.
practically.
And not practical. So I have to give it love for that. I'm going to Thing.
I'm going with Suspiria.
Yeah.
I just think it's a pretty awesome fucking scene.
It is.
I do have love for The Thing, in more ways than the Norris chess scene. But I'm going with Suspiria.
Yeah, I got to go with that one.
Yeah. Kevin?
Yeah, I have to go with the Suspiria, even though it's not as good as the original Suspiria. The honorable mention to that opening scene in the first one.
Yeah, right.
I knew that wasn't. I thought about putting that in, and I knew it wasn't going to get far.
What's that? The glass.
Yeah.
Where she falls
She
through
gets
the glass.
stabbed,
and she gets
hung,
impaled.
and then
Yeah.
through the plate glass window.
Yeah. The color palette.
Oh yeah,
The color
the
palette in
at the
Argento
beginning.
is just a.
My honorable mention.
Yeah, no, I had that too as an honorable mention as well. Rest in peace, The Thing. You will sit beside Linda Blair as the
So
bracket.
was that your Linda Blair when I asked during dinner?
The Thing
It
was one that was going to the finals, and it was probably it. Yeah, I won't go there just yet, but yeah.
So
But listen, if you're gonna lose to anyone, lose to that dance practice scene because that thing I fucking loved as well. So.
And it does bother me too that it's
Beat
a
out Art the Clown
remake.
too.
Yeah.
It's a remake that had such a wonderful scene.
Yeah. It's well, The Thing is a remake that had a wonderful
I
scene.
think that might be a
That doesn't.
even though
It is a remake.
So
Thanks
In
from
my
another
mind,
world.
Carpenter's The Thing is the OG.
I hear you.
two-fourths of us have seen the remake. It might be a watch along. You know,
Yeah, I listen. I haven't seen it. I would love to see the remake. I haven't seen
to
it, and I
branch
love
off of
Suspiria,
that,
the first
because of
one.
all the hate that JC had for the liquid nitrogen kill, I'm gonna make us sit through Jason X.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I had a
You
lot
ain't
of-
making me do shit.
Come on,
I am-
Uber Jason's pretty legit.
I am absolutely fine with watching any.
if we
Friday
have
movie.
best Jason costume minus Sackhead.
I
Fuck,
wouldn't
it's the only
say-
franchise we did a whole thing on.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
true.
say I
and
had
you
a lot
all
of hate.
were the
No,
ones
I
that
was
are
just- I
like,
was just
all
kidding.
right,
I thought that was a
8 through
great
10.
scene.
All right, they happened.
I mean,
I was like, no, let's
her
go.
head slam. I
Did
think
I
it's a
say
great
that?
scene.
Did I say that?
I mean, obviously we went through every one of them, but I feel like after 6, everyone was just like, all right, yeah, and there was a bunch of other movies. And I was like, no, let's go.
We did break that up into 2 episodes.
We
didn't
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those I was sick. I remember that.
Yeah.
But the first half was like 2.5 hours. The second half was like an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
All right.
All right.
JC
We
didn't
got
have time for us.
The Marionette from Dream Warriors against Off with the Head from Hereditary.
Yeah.
Sorry, Freddie.
Sorry, Freddie.
I gotta tap
Yeah,
out
Your
now.
time, your time
I
has
gotta
come.
tap out.
I'm tapping out with Puppet Master there.
Wow. That is, if you see what this is,
Kevin?
End up being.
Yeah, off of that.
All right, we got the Head Jaw from Hatchet against the Bone Marrow from Saw X. I just want to repeat one thing I said when you went to the restroom about the Bone Marrow. In 2023, to do something innovative that had never been seen, when you are sucking out the bone marrow from your leg,
Oh yeah,
like,
I love. That
I've
scene.
never seen anything like
I
it.
love that scene.
I love the Hatchet movies,
I love that.
but
I'm really excited for you to watch Saw X.
I can't
Like-
wait to watch Saw X.
I can't say enough about that. Like,
I'm gonna go.
I'm going Victor. No, I'm just kidding.
Kane, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Kane.
I
I'm
think
going. I'm going with
Pretty
Saw
sure.
X.
I'm pretty
going
sure.
with. I'm going with
Are we
Saw
on the
X.
same page,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I know. Yeah,
Dave?
As much as I fucking love Hatchet, that
Ooh.
jaw rip, man. I could.
It should have been Daniel Harris.
yes.
Where are we? Is it 3 or 2 votes?
I think it's 3 already.
It's already.
Yeah,
three.
I gotta lean towards that because what Joe said right there. I mean, when you talk about creative and you talk about inventive, I mean, it's just not seen. And but then again, that jaw, that's fucking tough, man.
Are we? Are we
I'm going to vote for it just to put it on record.
Yeah,
Because
Kevin?
I love them both.
Saw X.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
To round out the final 4, we got the tent kill and Jason Goes to Hell, and the head explosion from Scanners.
You don't even have to ask me.
I'm going to stick with Jason on this one.
I'm going Scanners.
I mean, sadly, like, I gotta go with the tent split. That's just me.
Boobies.
No, it's not. Like, that was my first on the list when we started this whole thing. Like,
As was Head Explosion for me.
yeah, like,
So,
I mean,
the head
at this
explosion-
point, like,
Was the first one that I put on my list. When I started doing this, it was Scanners, Head Explosion. So I gotta
when
ride with it.
some of my top ones have gotten eliminated, like with the Ortega shotgun, and I pivoted to the axe to face, like, I gotta stick with that. I had that one beating Casey Becker. Like, I'm the Scream guy, and I
Yeah.
had that beating Casey Becker. Like,
So where are we at with it? What is it?
10?
So
The 10 split one.
the 10 split one?
Yeah. I'm voting for the 10 split.
Yeah. Kevin? Just to hear, just to, I mean,
Scanners.
get your-
It probably would for me would be Scanners.
Yeah. I'm sad that Scanners is off.
not that I want to do this out of order. But I
Jason
feel
Goes
like-
to Hell fucking beat Scanners. What the fuck world are we
I want to
living
do
in?
the right side of the bracket.
What's this
first.
world coming to?
Holy
Now
shit.
what? Wrong turn 5?
Holy shit.
Just since we're at the final 4, I want to do the right side first, and it's the Bone Marrow from Saw X against the tent split from Jason Goes to Hell. and I'm going with the bone marrow.
Yeah, I've already went with it. So before we even did this, I originally had the 10 split over Texas Chainsaw 2. And I was going back and forth. That was the one of them that was just hung up on me, and I didn't know which way to go. And I went Texas Chainsaw 2 because I loved it. But the rest of the way, I've been pretty Jason Goes to Hell 10 split, but that Saul X scene, I don't think I'm going to get that out of my mind in a long time.
Yeah, I again, both, and I got to see both in the theater. I feel like the theater experience and just the reaction I witnessed, I'm gonna have to go with Saw again. As bad as I want that split.
Where are you at, Kevin?
It's no brainer. Saul X. For me.
Yeah, for me too. I'm still smarting on fucking scanners.
And sorry.
My two finalists, just so you guys know, was The Thing against Scanners.
So let me ask you this:
So that was
if
kinda
Saul
like-
X went up against Scanners,
That would have been very, very hard for me to kind of choose, but that didn't happen. So I'm not going to even go there.
So you can go fuck your
Yeah.
hypotheticals.
Now, listen. I
it's okay.
again, I love Saw X, and I love that, but Scanners for me touches a nerve from my childhood. It's something I grew up with. That kill was just.
So why did you not get the tattoo?
Thought about it, Dan.
Why?
I thought about it.
Was that not one of your original?
Because it would have been a
thoughts?
fucking red blot. It would have been a red blot. I actually looked at different scenes of the head explosion to see if it would have worked. Remember we talked about it, right? I was going to do him standing there, right, at the end scene, and then I was going underneath. I was going to do the head. So I was thinking of a whole piece. That was going to be the piece that I eventually got Art the Clown, but Scanners was going to be there.
So if Scanners went up against Saul X, hypothetically,
probably would have went Scanners. Okay. Probably would have went Scanners. But I am not mad that Saw X is there because I want to watch that scene over and over again. That scene was just fucking intense. And I need to see that movie like yesterday.
So one thing, when I was initially doing my bracket and I filled it out fully to the end, part of it was thinking what we were all going to pick as a group, and a fair amount of it was my own decisions. I got to the Elite 8, and it was the bone marrow against the bedroom scene from Terrifier 2. And the only reason I had the bedroom scene beating that was because I felt like at that point of the bracket, I couldn't sell the bone marrow enough. I felt like that was the point where we all love art. The bone marrow was going to lose.
Yeah.
We still got two very tough decisions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this next one, the reason I felt like the 10 split and in my opinion, Scanners was going to lose to that. Because that is nuts. This next one is very difficult.
Oh, we're talking dance practice versus.
We have dance practice
Hereditary.
from Suspiria against Off with the Head from Hereditary. And I feel like we're going to have to take a few minutes on this one. Like, when it comes to the dance practice, I didn't see the movie, and I watched it recent, but I couldn't believe what I saw when I watched it. The thing is, though, with Hereditary, that scene, and it's not even her losing her head. Like, she hits the telephone pole. You can tell what just happened. But it's the fear on his face, knowing what just happened. And it's the shriek from Toni Collette when he walks in the door, when she can tell what just happened. And to me, I know we just grade the kill, but like we've said, when certain things get drawn out, and I keep that whole kill even up until we see her head with the ants on it. That is all.
Oh yeah,
one
absolutely,
scene to
absolutely.
me.
Because the ending kill is the final head scene with the ants on it. That's all part of it.
Sadly, I've yet to see the remake of Suspiria, so I just have that one scene by itself. And while it does a lot, the scene from Hereditary is just something on another level. And sadly, when we had the piano wire with Toni Collette, I felt like eventually, like, sadly, that just gets overshadowed because the other scene is just so iconic.
Right, I agree, Joe.
Well, listen, let's vote on it. Let's.
What did I miss?
Me just going on for like, I said I had just recently watched the Suspiria thing, and while my jaw was on the floor, this has stuck with me from the second I saw it.
I mean, I guess the kill is short. The moment is painfully long.
All this dude wanted to do was hang out at the party and smoke weed and try to pick up that girl. You shouldn't have took her. You shouldn't have took her.
I blame
No, I
Mom
blame
for-
the mom. I blame the mom. She forced her on him.
You know what? It's a good thing she lost that bracket last year.
Yeah, and also
She
make
did
sure
this.
you have the EpiPen. Make sure your daughter has the don't let them leave the house without that.
Your kid is prepared. Going out the door.
Yeah, I mean you're the mom. You should make sure. Do you have the EpiPen for your sister? So mom, you fucked up.
I don't know.
It's not even that it happened, but it happened that horribly.
I remember watching this in the theater
So
when
do
I
I.
first saw it,
The-
and that scene was just
I
like,
had no words.
yeah, I was like,
We talked about it
What
in
the
one
fuck?
of our very first episodes. Like, that stuck with me. Like, I couldn't focus on the rest of the movie.
and that right there, kudos to him. That was amazing acting.
You
mean,
knew-
to just
He just sat there quivering, and you know every thought that went through his head.
exactly. All right, let's.
I think Dave should go first.
Yeah, it's another tough one, but I'm going with Hereditary.
I want to go last.
I think everybody wants to go.
I am.
Maxine wants to go last.
You know what, Dave? I'm going to Hereditary. I have to.
Because as
I have to.
brutal as the dance scene is, and I picked that one too. Like I submitted for that to go on the list as well. But the mind fuck.
Yeah.
Even though it's quick, it's simple, but just the overall mind fuck of that death.
From the moment he carried her into that car till they show that head with the ants on it, that entire scene, I have to put it over the dance practice.
Yeah, basically I wanted to go last because I don't know the whole movie. Like Hereditary, I know all the steps prior, I know everything after, all that. So I kind of wanted Dave to go first because he was the first person to put that on the list.
Yeah.
And while it's insane, it truly is. The Hereditary is just, it's nuts.
Yeah.
So I would go Hereditary also.
Danny C? It's chosen, but what's your opinion?
I don't disagree. I mean, I'm on the same page. In my mind, I had Hereditary kind of,
Going far?
I had it going far, especially when I saw the bracket in there. I knew it was getting to the final four. I didn't think that was a problem. But I feel like, that whole entire scene is crazy. So
Yeah.
that's the meme we always see, But it's still I think Toni Collette's piano wire cutscene gets kind of foreshadowed by this scene, and I will always think of this scene, and that's when I had to compare it to another one. So Hereditary.
Kevin?
For me, it was Suspiria.
Okay.
Way over. And like I get what you guys are saying, And I agree, it is a hard choice, but like yeah, it's a simple kill, but the heavy weight of the death in Hereditary. But like watching that scene, the whole time I'm thinking like, I've never watched. I shouldn't say never, but I've never seen a death scene where I'm just like, okay, just kill her already. Like put her out of her misery.
Yeah.
She's going through enough. Like, and that for me is the reason why I would choose
Sure.
Suspiria.
Sure.
The fact that I'm like just. Even Terrifier 2, I didn't even have that thought because, I don't know, maybe I like watching art just go nuts. But that one, I'm just like, she's already dead.
And if I remember right, like, she didn't even die there. It was like later on, wasn't it?
Drag her with hooks off. Yeah, I think she might even be still alive when that even happened.
Like, yeah, right where they cut that scene, I think she was still going. So it was like all that shit still suffered for a while before she died.
Yeah, there wasn't many on there that I
Yeah.
feel like could have beaten that one. 'Cause
Between the
I've
two,
only seen that recently, and I feel like for years that one's gonna stick with me too.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a trend with a few of these that are in the final, is something I've just never seen before.
All right. So,
It's Hereditary against Bone Marrow.
wow.
Before we even vote, I do, even if we watch that one again or not, the only thing I want to say about Saw X is it's very recent to where Hereditary's been around for a few years, that I've had time for that to kind of just
Is that good luck?
sit there and simmer.
I think I know where I'm leaning on this one, but we can watch the scene and we can choose. And
so I mean, this is it. We're at the end, right?
We're at the end. We're at the end, and I'm gonna go first. Okay.
okay.
I'm glad. Okay. Okay. And I'm glad we just watched those because I have flip flopped.
I got slippers.
Yeah. My winner of the 2024 March Madness bracket is Scanners. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that fucking scene that we just watched. I'm going Saw X. I'm going Bone Marrow. That was tough to watch that scene. And I can imagine what it sounded like in the theater.
When
I
that
can't-
hit,
I can't
when it
wait
was
to
sucked
watch
out of
this
her
and
leg.
surround in my home theater at home and listen to that because I didn't get it all here. I'm sorry, Hereditary. Love you, but for me, it's Saw X.
I think when we started out, this was the best kills bracket. She killed herself. She would end up dying.
That's true.
I mean, she was kind of forced into the situation.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Charles Manson technically didn't kill anyone either.
yeah, Kevorkian. Best kill. I'm definitely. I just like that. I mean, I look at Hereditary and I look through the whole piece of that, but I think this is a scene that is really intense. It really makes you fidget. Hereditary was more shock, a real quick shock. It was like, oh no, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just fucking killed his sister.
Yeah.
And I get it, but yeah. That was I'm gonna go with Saw X.
I think down the road, whenever we have like horror movie bracket or our top 10 or something like that, like Hereditary is a movie that one of the craziest experiences as a whole. But when I saw that kill in Saw X, like, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about that movie from the get-go. And like I said earlier, the only reason when I was picking the bracket, I wanted to pick that. And I was like, there's no way this thing's going to win. But, yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Is it Saw X for you?
Yeah, 100%.
than it just won.
Yeah.
Dave?
The movie
Oh,
as a whole
sorry, Joe.
is
Still
decent.
don't know.
The movie as a whole is decent. Saw X. I think Hereditary is a better movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Saw X isn't
I haven't
bad
seen it yet.
compared to
Imagine.
the rest of the franchise. Like, it's easily on the top end of the. It's a solid movie.
I'm
It went
looking
back
forward.
to its roots. It's dark, and that is just insane.
I'm looking forward to watching it, but to your point, Hereditary is just like that. It's already a horror masterpiece. when
Yeah,
you
that
think
movie
about it.
is
It's
on another level.
Dave.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm hung up on Hereditary just for, like I said, not just the death, but like I said, how much they drive home the discomfort of that death.
It's there's a lot of emotions you go throughout that entire scene.
And
You
even
feel
though
for
that's
the kid,
not-
the mom, I mean, there's a lot of different things you're going through.
And even though all that isn't the kill itself, but I just feel like I had a more of a reaction to that death than the one in Saw. And I fucking love the Saw death. But
And you think about it with Hereditary, that family was fucked from get-go.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
There was nothing they could do about it. It was their
kind of tell
it
you
was their
that right
fate.
from the beginning.
Yeah, thanks, Grandma.
Like, when it comes to like we have the debates, and we're always gonna defend the ones that mean more to us. And
Sure.
like, especially when it came down to this one and the whole scene from the beginning of her having the allergy and getting in the car and all that to when finally you see her head, in my eyes, I was trying to look at the kill itself, and like, you take the ladybugs actually on.
Oh yeah, I love it. Look, it's going to the fucking.
Is that
It's going to Norris. It's going to Norris. wait, let's do over.
That's
But,
our Ouija bug.
Terrifier, hacksaw. Oh no, chest burster alien.
It was Paris Pole.
Oh, it's
no!
staying with alien.
Jenna Ortega. Come on.
I lost its
But
way.
yeah, no, like,
It just wants to change the font.
I feel like that kill, like I said, it's recent. I feel like that kill is gonna stick with us for a very long time
Yeah.
because it's something different.
Excuse me.
I think that was part of my reasoning too. Again, as much as I love the kill in Saw, I'd like to revisit that. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it at least once or twice a year, but I want to see a couple years down the road how well that holds up for me.
Yeah. Kevin.
I would have went Saul X. Again, like we said, it could be recency bias, but I just listen. Like, she in that group. There are pieces of shit in that movie, but like, when you can make me feel bad for her, I gotta count it towards something.
Yeah.
Yeah, her, and there was one other one that you kind of felt bad for. The rest of them, like, fuck it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that movie. So, our winner was Saw X.
Well then,
Yeah.
congratulations to
I know we're
Mr.
still-
Kramer.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast, where we use the number 4 to save you time. Check out our entire catalog at excellentdayforapodcast.com. Also on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Have a question? Email us at excellentdayforapodcast@gmail.com.
But guys, I want to interact on social media.
Excellent.
Dude, we did there.
Follow us on Twitter at ExcellentDay4A. Otherwise, search for What an Excellent Day for a Podcast to get our Facebook page, our group page, Instagram, YouTube, and our newly launched Twitch channel. Come say hello, share them all,